So, when we last left our heroes, Eros Shale, Elias Norwood, Theo Levin, and their ghost Diving Bell, Paradox, Nova, and their newfound allies in Ash 6 and her ghost Dragonfly, the party readied themselves for the mission to the moon to retrieve their sample of dark matter provided by Malachi. After bringing Ash up to speed about Godhand and the recent events, Ash wanted to go visit Stonehorn's garden, the place that was created by the Genesis device. While they were on their way there, Elias had a vision and a brief conversation with Godhand, leaving him with a parting warning that he would be seeing him soon. Relaying this information to the party, and after some discussion, Paradox presented the idea that Godhand may be Elias from the distant future. As the rest of the party investigated the garden and the server room for any remaining data, Elias chose to wait outside and keep his distance from the rest of the party. The party did manage to gather some additional data on the plants that were created by the Genesis device, as well as some additional data on the device itself, which may help lead to a kill switch to help them out in destroying the device. The party gathered their things and headed out. Elias decided to distance himself entirely from the group at this point, head off to the mountains, and now the party is split. Eros and company must now go to the moon to collect the sample of dark matter, while Elias awaits his meeting with Godhand alone in the mountains. So, we're gonna pick up first with Eros and the rest of you guys. So you guys have seen him take off at this point. It's been now a couple of minutes. What do you guys think and how you want to proceed?
Well, he's on the side of a mountain eating beans, so,
Above game, you don't know that.
No.
All you know is he took off.
I know. But the most I will say is we might as well just keep going to the moon at this point.
Do any of you contact Malachi?
The only one that has contact would be Ash.
I don't know.
Fine.
I would be hesitant. We haven't really done much yet, other than like we have a plan. I feel like until we actually make any progress, we probably shouldn't call back to Malachi.
Yeah, because we need to get the dark matter, and so we might as
Yeah.
well just keep going. At this point, we just know he flew off, and it's like, okay.
He just left.
Yeah.
So, while you guys will be discussing this, then Dragonfly will actually interject and will say the situation has changed. If Elias may be who we think he is, we probably should inform Malachi what's happening.
Can we just send him a message to let him know? Just kind of, hey,
I suppose we can.
possibility.
Yep, you got because Asha, you have a direct contact to him, so you would be able to send him a direct message.
You know, Ash slip into his DMs a little bit.
Slide into Malachi's
This is gonna be a running joke. Oh my god, it's all gonna be about the beans.
Saying it was too perfect.
Oh,
It really does fit. Yes.
wow.
So Dragonfly does advise that he's gonna go ahead and send a message, and you immediately get a response back. You guys all hear this over your radio comm. I understand the situation's changed.
You could say that. You could certainly say that.
That would have been the case.
So Elias has left you, is that correct?
That is correct.
Yes.
We would assume for the time being.
Do we know where Elias is currently? We just know he flew off, right?
Yeah, no, all we know is that he just...
You guys would know his transponder for his ship, because every ship does have its transponder, so you do have his transponder code. You could technically track him down if you wanted to.
But we don't know how far away he's going to travel from his ship. For all we know, he
Yeah.
could land it like a mile out, then walk.
Yeah,
So
we
you hear Malachi interject. He goes, "I will take care of Elias. In the meantime, our timetable is moving up. Things seem to be moving at a faster rate than we're anticipating. I need you to acquire the sample of dark matter sooner rather than later."
On it.
We got to do it as fast as we can.
We're not exactly stopping off for gas on the way.
What about snacks? Kidding.
Do be careful. I'm not entirely sure what's waiting for you up there, but be ready for anything. And the connection cuts.
All right. Well, there's no time to waste. Let's get going.
In.
All right, so you guys will
Thanks for that.
board your ships and make your way to the moon. It's going to take about 15 minutes getting there at fastest speed. So you guys...
Whose ship is
um,
faster?
Race,
one-
race.
because this isn't going to affect the exos nearly as much, or else
Yes.
you do have 1 point of exhaustion.
Oh.
Haha, get
Is-
fucked.
That's a keck.
Robot Master Race, let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Fine.
You didn't have time for a nap.
Fine.
Nerd, I don't need a nap.
Hey, I got-
Imagining
Wait,
sleep.
It's
you
not going to
said-
affect you too badly because it's only 1 point, but I'm just letting you know
Hey,
that
I can get a 15-minute nap in. We got that trapped.
short rest is an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Take a
Well, I
quick
mean,
nap.
it's going to take you a while to get to the moon, so.
I said 15 minutes.
Yeah, you said
Oh.
15 minutes. Yeah, I'm fine with
15
that.
minutes to get to the moon.
I just find
Yep,
it
to
hilarious.
get to where you need to be.
Okay, let's get to the moon. Beep beep. Ee. Oh,
All right, so while that is happening, Elias,
You.
have you started a fire at all?
No, I haven't really made anything. I'm probably just eating like an MRE, and that's using water to heat it up.
Beans.
Okay.
And it is beans.
So kind of describe where you're sitting on the mountain. Like what view are you seeing?
Just at a cliff face, just like overlooking everything.
Okay, so you're like kind of like sitting at a peak.
Yeah, in a sense. Kind of like just enjoying the view.
What was you okay?
No! No!
You and your fucking
You sound like you're about to like puke or something.
I'm gonna clip it.
I stabbed back in, and there was 4 jets looking at me.
I'm gonna clip it.
And all I seen was 4 things of MSLRs heading toward me, and I'm like, oh god. But continue. I'm just overlooking like the valley below and everything, because I'm not too far away from that one settlement, so it's kind of like a desert region below me.
Okay. So you're sitting there. Night has fallen at this point. You're sitting in the moonlight, basically. There's some kind of forestry, like sitting around you, and you're just kind of listening to the sounds of the birds and the wind and the leaves.
Mhm.
Paradox is just he's just sitting kind of quietly, kind of beside you, and then just to kind of break the silence, it goes, "Do you have a plan?"
There isn't much to plan, because it's either he already knows what I'm going to do, or I just don't think and just act on instinct. And acting on instinct tells me to go and just face it and be done with
Yeah, but okay, so
it.
I'm struggling to understand. I get where you're coming from logically, where you want to distance yourself from the rest of the party, but at the same time, you put both yourself in a predicament and your party as well.
Fair point.
I don't know what you hope to achieve out of this meeting, but I do hope that we can at least walk away from it.
Well, see, the thing is that last that I know, he was on the moon.
Do we know
So,
he was on the moon, though? You just had a vision of him.
mm, sure.
All
You want
you
to go to the
really,
moon and find out?
all you really know is he's coming to meet you, and if this is where you want him to meet us, then. And he's kind of starting to look around and goes, I guess this is a fair place to be.
Well, if he wanted to be here now, he would already be here.
He's 50 moves ahead of us right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Paradox is he's starting to kind of look up at the stars. Do you think they'll be okay up there?
Probably not, and something tells me to go there.
You don't. Well, I have a little more faith in Eros than that.
Well,
They
considering
have to know they're walking into a trap, just like we're walking into a trap. So
what's your idea?
let's use this opportunity to ask him questions, maybe.
That's if he's willing to talk.
I don't know why else he would come to meet you if he wasn't trying to talk.
Kill me.
You can maybe persuade him into talking.
Maybe.
I understand you want to act on instinct, and that's kind of been your MO for a long time, but I think this approach needs a little more tact.
Maybe.
If we can gain some kind of advantage by learning something in his backstory, then there's got to be something we can gain from it.
Well, I guess it's just sitting here and waiting and seeing if he shows up.
Paradox just kind of slowly just kind of starts to look back down to the ground. And he immediately kind of shakes a little bit and goes, "You're not going to have to wait long." And you see him zip away into your backpack. He's coming.
I just keep looking at the facility below.
All right, so you're just gonna sit there, and then you are pulled from your seat.
Hey, my beans.
Okay. So, do you remember the first time you were grabbed and pulled into his kind of speed?
Mm-hmm.
You're in that same feeling again. You're basically being pulled by the back of your head, and you're being pulled through this, just seeing things whip past you at speeds that are incomprehensible. You can't even see the trees; they're moving so fast by you. And then you immediately get launched and you're tossed.
I'm gonna try to stop myself in the air.
Yep. So you can't avoid the first bounce, so you do take 5 points of damage. Roll an acrobatics for me.
Give me 1 second. For some reason, it closed the fucking character sheet thing. So that's 5 shield hit points.
Yep.
Yeah, 10.
10. Okay. Uh. Okay, actually. So you hit the first bounce, you bounce off your back. You do manage to engage your glide to at least right yourself in midair, and you come down. Your landing is not great though. You do slide back trying to keep yourself forward, but you do end up rolling back a bit, and you do take an additional 4 points of damage as you roll up. But you do manage to at least stop yourself from taking any more fall damage.
Alright.
So in front of you, you've left a dust cloud, and in the dust, initially all you see is just arc energy crackling around this figure as it walks slowly towards you.
Oh, it's actually good to see you in person.
Well, you did choose an interesting place for us to be, but I don't like the mountains as much as you do.
I mean, fair enough. But no, I'm not really here to fight. Kind of here just more to talk than anything.
You want to talk. Oh, please do enlighten me.
It just seems off. I'm just everything about what you're doing sounds weird. Like on the ground level. Like what comes after you detonate this?
You've seen what the garden is. You know what it's capable of. We're
Yes.
restarting the world.
But I take it that kills everybody else that's here. That's a lonely world that you're left with.
Do you know the world that was left before after the darkness?
Yeah, ruins.
It was more than ruins.
It was hell.
You speak as if you know what it was.
Reading reports, stories from people, kind of get the gist of it.
You know of that collapse. I know of the other. The one I went through. The one you go through. You weren't there for the first time, but you were there for the next one.
Well, at least talk to me. Maybe figure out a way to stop it before it gets here. I know about the Hive, I know about the Fallen, and there's probably worse things than both of them out there.
Oh, believe me, you haven't even scraped the surface of the Hive, and the Fallen are pathetic.
Yeah, I kind of gathered that from being kind of like a hunter-gatherer type situation.
They were abandoned by the Traveler long ago. They're a pathetic race that were not worthy of the Traveler's light.
Hmm. But that also begs the question, why won't the Traveler do it again?
When I'm there, or rather, in the time I was there, the Traveler left. The darkness encroached on the system. It took everything in its path. And yes, it was somewhat like the first time the darkness was here, but this time, the Traveler left. It ran away. The
Hmm.
city is crushed. Everyone died. And those among us who lived were relented relentlessly. At this moment, you start to hear like you're hearing like the decompression of his helmet,
Mm-hmm.
and you see him slowly pull it off. You see yourself 30 years older, long gray hair, scarred, bone fragments sticking out of the right side of your face.
Damn.
You think you know just how dangerous the darkness is? I've already got a plan to stop it. If that means I have to take you all with me, then so be it. Lonely existence.
But wouldn't that just be trading one evil for another?
Make a perception check.
Not one.
There's something about him that's just menacing. Not just the fact that he's old and somewhat decrepit, but there's something else to it. Those bone fragments.
Are they all Hamkara bone fragments?
You can't tell with that perception check, but they do look similar.
Hmm.
And in this moment, you just see him. Let me just show you. You are immediately snapped into a vision. You're on a planet. The sky's yellow. The terrain is rocky. And you're on the run. Every muscle in your body is aching. But you feel nothing but panic, and you're on the run. You're constantly looking behind you as you're running, and you manage to find yourself in a cave. You do everything you can to seal up the wall behind you. You don't even care if there's an exit. You're just trying to seal it up in the hope that there's nothing going to be following you. There's just panic setting in, and you're just trying to find someplace to rest. You collapse to your knees and fall on your hands. You're gasping for air. And that's when you see it. In your peripheral vision, you look to your left. There's an fully intact Ahamkara skeleton embedded in the rock beside you. You recognize it immediately, and you start to crawl over to it. You're so exhausted at this point that you can't stand up, so you crawling to it. There's banging from the claws on the wall that are where you collapse the cave in. There's something big coming. You crawl faster to it. You're breathing heavy. You're exhausted, but you're trying desperate. You look back at the wall. You hear the banging. You know it's about to break through the wall any second. You're looking at the skeleton. You're just... I wish for incredible speed, and you slam your hands down onto the skeleton, The skeleton shatters. It starts to form and move. The fragments start to surround you. And you're hearing whispers. Yes. I will give you this. But you must sacrifice what you cherish most. You snap out of the vision. He's just staring at you.
And just don't say anything for a minute, just processing.
You get it now, don't you? Why we became this way.
I
He
haven't turned
starts
into that
to
yet.
he starts to kind of step back a little bit and starts to pace a little. When I first got this speed, it was better than being reborn in the light. I could escape them. They could never catch me. And then they started to catch up. And I had to get faster. And I had to learn how to get faster. And when I did, that's when I learned how to break the barriers between time and space. He's pacing back and forth as he's saying this. He's not even looking at you anymore. This is more like he's kind of locked in his own memory at this point. The first time I went back in time, I fell back into the Golden Age. I got to see things for what they were before the collapse, and it was amazing. Beyond compare. Humanity was so ahead of its time. And then the darkness came. And I had to run again. But that's when I learned me just going back there changed the future. Things happened in different orders, but the events always stayed the same. I learned how to figure out what the future holds, even as it's being changed. It's a beautiful gift, really.
Seems like it.
There is no hope for humanity in any timeline. The darkness will always show up. And it will always show up because guardians grow to be so powerful as to challenge gods. Do you know how powerful you grew? No. You're just a youngling compared to what you were at the end. But you'll learn. At this point, Paradox emerges, and he asks a question. What is it you really want? It's not resetting the world. You want something different. He sits there quietly for a moment, and his head just slowly turns to you. We want to rule.
You mean over an empty world? Where it's just you and your disciples, even if they somehow survive it?
Did you know that the birds that are in that garden are not natural birds?
Yeah, there's no background radiation on them.
Above game, I don't think you would know that because you were outside when they were studying the flora and fauna of the garden.
I could still hear certain things before I left.
All right. I mean, I'll say you were listening to comm chatter, I suppose.
Well, I mean, because I wasn't that far outside the door before I originally left when that was discovered.
But you went outside though. You left the building.
Mm-hmm.
So you wouldn't have heard anything unless it was on radio chatter.
Well, no, I didn't immediately leave the building first. Remember?
I guess I'm trying to remember exactly how much you would know about that particular part, but that's fine. Okay.
Because I was there when Ash did the first scan. And then not too long after that, I left.
You go. Godhand just looks back to you and goes, "The device will rebuild the world. It's not just the plants, it's not just the animals, it's everything. And we will nurture this world into a more fitting one." It is what we desire.
See, you say that, but all I can think about is it came here the first time. What's to stop it coming here again? Even for an extravagant goal that you have, you're still looking short-sighted for that. I hate to say it.
Do you know what brings the darkness here?
The light.
He points his finger at you. You and everyone who grows as strong as you do. There are
And
many guardians, not just yourself, there are plenty of them who grow to be as powerful to challenge gods. And we succeed. We've pushed back hive gods, we push back the mightiest of the Cabal, we push back the Taken King, we push back monsters you don't even know. And you think the darkness doesn't notice? You and all like you are the beacons that bring them back. And that's why you must go. Because without you, without guardians, the darkness doesn't return. You all must go.
are you making yourself an exception to that in the end?
He turns his face. Make another perception check. And I'll give you advantage for this too.
No, it's
Okay,
24.
you don't even need it. 24.
Also, got to remember, I'm still kind of waking up.
Well, that's fine. He turns his face, and as you look at him, you see it. There's fragments of a ghost shell embedded in his face as well.
Hmm.
Paradox notices this too, and you see him kind of like kind of back up and like kind of get behind you a little bit. You don't know. Paradox actually gets a little angry and, did you sacrifice me? Godhand just kind of closes his eyes a little bit and there's a slight smile on his face. You were required for the sacrifice.
And that right there is what is the difference between you and I. What makes you not me, and yet at the same time still me. You'd be the one willing to sacrifice the one that gave you a second chance.
He was required to make it for a third chance. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't have escaped them.
And what happened to Eros in your timeline? Ash, Theo. Did you even try to save them, or did you just run?
He's staring at the ground. He's clearly in thought as you ask him that. And he's kind of tilting his head kind of back and forth. Oh boy, the old team. Whatever did happen to them? Eros ran to the distributary. Only place the awoken could find haven. The darkness would eventually close in on them too, but that's not my concern. Theo. Oh, Theo. Struggled so much with his humanity that it still became a problem for him. No matter how many resets he took, he struggled against it, just refusing to accept who he was. Drove him mad. A little bit like Banshee. It was sad, really. We tried so hard to help him. He just couldn't accept it. And then there's your new friend, Ash. Oh, she becomes so addicted to studying the hive that she tries to be the new hive queen. Takes up after another. But you don't know who she is. That doesn't matter. Everyone you knew eventually fell or ran away. The Vanguard, he's shaking his head. Didn't. All they could do, and you know what they could do, squabble, politics, infighting, consensus, not agreeing on anything. The darkness didn't need to really be the end of them, but they would have imploded themselves.
And that's why I don't do a lot of my missions and tell them. Some of them I do, some of them I don't. Sometimes I ask permission, but in the end, I do find it better not to tell them.
Godhand he just kind of cracks his neck. that all you want to say now?
When does it happen? And I'm
When
not
did-
talking about when you set off your bomb. I'm talking about when the darkness is supposed to show up.
Where I'm from, hundreds of years in the future.
A date, not an estimation.
Above game, the calendar
But no,
for
I'm just saying,
like
just spew out a date.
I don't have a, like this is a few hundred years from now because I can't even tell you what canonically what the date is now. I can't tell you what year it is.
I'm just saying, like, spew off some date that's like 42 something.
Not that the years will matter to you, but in 2792, they come back.
All right. That gives me a date to know when to stand by my friends instead of running like you did. And that's after I beat you.
It's been fun having this little chat.
Mind returning me to my ship, though? I have no idea where the fuck we are. Like, are we in a completely different biome?
Yeah, actually, you're in a field. You're standing basically in a grass field at this point. Like you're in the plains. Like he's taken you a few hundred miles from your location.
Yeah.
No, I'm not taking you anywhere except to the end of the road.
Fair enough.
So, while he's been saying this, he's just kind of pacing back and forth. And as he turns back to you, you feel a hand on your shoulder. And you hear, bet you didn't see this coming. And you're transmatted out.
Oh, well, shit.
Meanwhile, Eros,
No.
you guys have approached the cave entryway that was given to you by Malachi. You guys are currently on the dark side of the moon. It is cold, and your visors are kind of frosting up just a tinge.
Oh, fun.
So your ghosts are going to be providing some light over your shoulder here, so as it's completely dark, and you got a waypoint there of about 80 meters ahead, and it's just leading into this cave.
Okay.
Alright, so who wants to go up front?
I'll
Well,
go.
Who wants to take point?
Wait.
I'm the protector. I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are the Titan. You are big chunky boys.
Theo, you okay to take point here?
Yes. No, I
I'll
seem to be
follow
having a
up.
bit of trouble focusing.
What's going on?
Yeah, what's the matter? Everything okay?
I can't get it out of my mind of the person I'm supposed to be meeting here.
You mean the one that was mentioned by Malachi?
Yeah. And not just him, the disciple we faced off. She was strong. We just didn't get to play long enough.
I'm trying to think. So DB is actually going to chime in and goes, Corsairs are actually known to be extremely formidable. Kind of learned that a little bit by, learning more about Eros. Corsairs are supposed to be like the elite of the elite when it comes to um, the Awoken's. Uh, how should I put it? What was the word for it? And you see him kind of start kind of wiggling a little bit back and forth in thought. Oh, what's the word?
Mm. Most of the people, if they're the elites, that would probably explain why I can't get out of my mind. That's why I want to fight them so bad.
Hmm.
Because if there's like an itch, I can't get.
Well, I guess maybe let's see how this plays out. I mean, I guess we're not entirely sure, who we're supposed to meet here, or even if we do meet him here. Uh, Nova is just kind of like, this feels so much like a trap, but we obviously know what it is, so
That much I can agree on. We have to keep on our guard for possible ambush on any side.
Goes without saying.
So I would suggest our robotic friend here keep an eye on the back. That way, if they try to sneak up on us, we'll at least get a bit of a heads up.
You got it.
and Dragonfly is just nodding in agreement with you, and he's floating at your side.
And if they try to attack us from the front, well, let's see how well that goes for them.
All right, so you guys will start making your way through the cave. You don't see. Well, actually, everyone make perception checks. Let's see if you guys do notice anything about the terrain.
Nada.
Shit, I'm trying to fucking remember how to roll perception. It's so damn long.
On the left side of your skills, you would want to click on perception.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Okay.
And don't rely
Theo,
on my
Uros,
skills.
you don't notice anything remarkable. It's a cave. Ash, there has been some movement through here. You're looking at the ground, and there's some scuff marks here. It doesn't look like a vehicle, but whatever moved through here was large.
That is worrying. I can't like inspect the scuff marks to see if I can maybe
You do an
figure out-
investigation. Since you do spot it, let's see if you can pick up any more info on it. 12, okay. You're only really able to ascertain whatever it was large in stature and does appear to be bipedal. It's moving on 2 legs.
We're on the moon, so I two guesses of what that is.
Yep, you can't really gain too much about other than they look like just large, heavy footprints, but they don't seem to be like footprints of any size of anything that you would recognize.
I'll have to keep that in mind that there's something here.
All right, so as you guys come to the bottom of the cave here, you do see that there is a large cargo elevator in the side of the rock here, and a couple of lights kind of pointing at the elevator.
Yes, we're going down.
Tell you what, I don't know if I trust the old creaky elevator that is being presented to us here. We're obviously gonna have to take it, but I would not be surprised if there was some sort of
Dragonfly kind of approaches the elevator, and you see it start to escape a little bit. Actually, it's not as old and creaky as you think.
I'm
It's
gonna
actually quite functional.
step
And in
onto
the
the platform of this elevator and kind of tap. I guess kind of hard tap the floor of the elevator. Just check the sturdiness of it.
Yep, so you just kind of like tap your boot on the floor, boom, boom.
And it doesn't seem like it's rusted any bit,
And it
so
feels
it
pretty
should
sturdy.
fit us. So
Alright.
it should hold us weight.
We should be okay.
I'm more worried about. We're definitely gonna meet someone here. I'm worried about them maybe cutting the lines, the cables or whatever.
As you said, Dragonfly is immediately looks up and immediately points out an emergency hatch up at the top, likely used for maintenance.
Right.
Because we can escape through this.
Onwards, I guess.
All right, so you guys you hit the elevator to go down.
Yep.
Ding.
All right, yep.
Throw
So
some
you
beans
pull
his
the
way.
lever, and the cargo elevator slowly descends down. Yeah, elevator music begins to play. So after a moment or two, the elevator does come to a stop, and the doors slowly open. And at this point, I will reveal some of the map for you guys.
Ooh, yeah, baby.
So you guys, since you'll, it is entirely dark. I'll actually do more of this here in a sec. This is going to be the elevator section right up here where we start. So the elevator doors do open, and it is pitch black in here. And you're only able to see, as you come out here, 30 feet. So you guys will start. Trying to remember how do I ping?
Left
Roll
click.
20.
Left click. Just
Oh,
go right.
I'm okay. Yeah, it's 'cause I'm not using. There we go. Yeah, because I'm not using the right one. That's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys will be starting right up there. So as you do look out, it's pretty much a hallway here, but you do see that there is kind of like a busted section on your left. Who is moving up first?
That would be me.
Okay, so how far up do you move?
All right. So considering we'll be starting from like here.
Yep.
Can I go stealth, please? Just out of here.
Yep. If you want to, roll stealth for me.
Not one.
Natural
Nice.
20. Okay, yep.
Sweet.
Yep, so are you going to be moving up ahead then in stealth?
Yes. Since I am stealth, I was gonna move it until I did, just to see if I would.
All right.
Whew. I figured
how
I could.
far up do you move?
Let me see. We're back there.
Right,
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Maybe right up over somewhere along here.
Okay, so
To
you're
the-
going to be back to the right, and then are you
Yeah.
looking into the hole, or are you
Yes.
looking further down the hallway?
Actually, no. I want to look further down the hallway,
Okay.
please.
Yep, so, and then you moved up there, so you get the rest. Oops. Hang on, I gotta swap back to this. This is the fun of working with Roll20. I have to swap between different tools to make this work. So, all right. So you reveal
Okay.
that, and then you are able to see with the Ghost of DB. pointing his light in, you do see into that hole in the wall.
Can I tell what's in there just from that angle a little bit, or?
So from here, you do see that there is a table and a chair in this room. This hole in the wall is massive. It's about 10 feet wide, pretty much from going all the way to the ceiling. Just like, it looks like just something just juggernaut its way through this wall.
Okay.
Mm.
So I'm gonna relay that back to Theo and Ash, just so they know. Unless they can
Yeah,
see
so I
through
guess-
BB's thing.
Well, I mean, they're within range, so you can
Okay,
just like
good.
tell them.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
then I
just-
guess
I'll
I'd
tell
move
them.
up to this point then,
Oh shit. yeah.
Okay.
and then I would probably look this way and see if there's a hole this way as well.
Okay.
Get a good
So, to your left, there's just a little section here that's for like a little bench. Looked like just like a little resting area outside. And as you look into the rest of it, you do see the rest of the table here and the chairs. It looks like this is a meeting room, but something, like you said, busted through here, and you don't necessarily see where it came out from.
That's fun.
I'm gonna signal that I'm gonna check out this room.
Okay. Uros, are you gonna stay in the same spot, or are you gonna move as well?
I'd like to move up to the other side of the hole on the. I guess that would be the here, if I can, or somewhere right about there.
Okay. And are you giving cover to?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking down the hall more to also see, but also this way I can kind of look back toward the hole a little bit. So I can, yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty much I am giving cover, but I'm trying to stay ahead of it a little bit, see what's ahead of us.
Okay. So as you're looking down the hallway, you do see
Ooh.
there is the hallway continues further on. There is looks like a doorway further down the hallway on the right there, or excuse me, on the left.
Oh, is that right there?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, Theo, as you're moving in, you do see
Mm,
the rest of
Make
that.
sure to have my hammer ready just in case.
Hammer go smash.
Actually, as you move in, standing, or not standing, but kneeling right in the middle here, there is a 10-foot tall Hive Knight.
Oh.
He is not yet alerted to your presence.
And Noah's light is on, yeah?
The light is on, but you're at a further enough distance to where it's not necessarily affecting that. And plus, you do have night vision as well, so.
Yeah, the reason I was asking that is because I was gonna signal Nova to shut off the light.
Yeah, and he does immediately noticing and seeing the same thing, and he's just Nova's quiet. Is like, okay.
I'm just gonna stick my hammer out of the hole and just kind of like wave it a bit, signaling I found something.
Make a stealth check for me as you do this.
God, I'm not even moving.
Just wiggling the hammer out the door. I'm standing there.
Yeah.
What? Oh.
Ash is just chill, just
Oh
like.
my god.
Eee.
Does it wait? Would he have advantage because if the knight's not looking at him? Would that be please?
It's not gonna have advantage. It's a normal one for this one,
dang
and
it.
Ah,
so
I even did all the
you're
preparation.
first fight. Nice.
I did all that preparation for nothing.
You shake your hammer and it starts rattling, like you're making like a
Oh,
loud enough noise.
Fucking maraca? What?
Hey, when did he get an instrument?
And all of a sudden you just hear
Oh, Ash, I
Alright, I
think I
guess
know
the
why
hi-
he's
the
rattling
hive
it.
knight the hive knight stands up behind you.
Oh, Jesus.
One simple word.
I love that.
Fuck.
My God.
Meanwhile,
Where am I in all this? I'm still at the elevator, right?
yeah, I think you're still.
yeah, you haven't declared that you moved, so you're just
Yeah.
hanging back still. You're just kind of like crossed arms in the elevator, just like I want to see how this plays out.
Literally, yeah, no, that,
You're
that
just
checks out.
sitting
That
there.
checks out.
Yeah, you
As soon as I see that they're fucking like, okay, so as soon as I hear the night, I'll just like run out to see exactly what's going on, and I'll have
Yep,
my weapon
and
drawn.
and we'll be dealing with initiative here in a little bit, so no worries.
yeah.
I just, yeah, but like
This
as
is
soon as I
good.
hear the night just roar, I'm just starting to run.
Just simply
Or no,
fuck.
I just walk. Just start walking
Oh,
over there, just
great.
like fuck. We've been here for like 5 minutes and they've already started some shit.
What? He was trying to play some music.
Alright.
That was not the time. That was not the time for mariachi.
Were you
Ay,
trying
ay,
to? Can I just poke my head through the opening, or at least near it, and go, "What did you do?"
Meanwhile, Elias.
Cut off the reply.
Elias, you find yourself in a very familiar office that you've been in once when you visited Malachi the first time. And he kind of pushes you onto the couch. You know, there was something odd I noticed about you the first time we met.
Mm-hmm.
And you mean to tell me you couldn't figure out that he was you? He sits down in front of you.
I mean, I'm pretty fucking stupid when it comes to clues, so. And that, I'm saying that in game too.
I know, and he's just kind of looking at you. He goes, "Fine, fair point. But now we have a new problem. And you know what that is."
That he knows that I know that, and that they're on the moon.
That's part of it. But bigger picture, it's not that he knows what you know, it's that he knows of your future, but he, and his vision just kind of slowly turns to you. But the thing is, with the future, is that it's not immutable. In
Yeah,
fact,
it can be changed, and I kind of pointed that out in there, and that he ran from his problems.
you did. And that's a well point. But again, bigger picture. It's not necessarily about what he knows about you, but it's going to be about how do you get past a darker version of yourself. And well, unfortunately, you're not at the level that this fight needs to take place at. So, what have I told you? I know of a way that we can even the playing field.
I mean, that sounds interesting, but I still don't know much about you. And
Yes,
that
and
puts a lot of question in you.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of time to discuss me, so we have a choice here. we work together and deal with this problem that we equally share, or I leave this to you in your capable hands, and we just see how it plays out.
Just from a nagging feeling at the back of my mind. Like a mariachi band, but shittier.
He just kind of tilts his head. So, how do you want to play it out? Do you want to accept my help, or do you not?
Yeah, might as well. Because any help is better than no help.
Excellent. So, we need a few things to happen then. Number one, we need your team to succeed on the moon. That dark matter is going to be a very vital piece to what we need, so let's just hope they're able to bring it back. Secondly, you need to be given a little more brush up on your hand-to-hand combat skills. Luckily for you, I have a very qualified teacher who can help you with this. And as he says this, you see that for that face that you saw before, wearing denim and a t-shirt, it's Julius. Malachi just kind of smiles at you and goes, "My associate Julius here will give you some proper instruction. In the meantime, take this time to study under him. I will help ready everything that we need." And he just kind of gestures for you to follow Julius.
Yeah, I will follow him.
He just kind of, Julius just like, just kind of sighs softly and just kind of turns slowly and starts to walk down the hallway, hands in his pockets.
I'm gonna follow behind.
He walks quietly, just hands in his pockets. You're walking down this long hallway. It kind of winds a little bit, curving left and right. You're going up or down inclines a couple of times. Do you say anything to him?
I mean, he hasn't said anything to me, so I'm just gonna keep following him. Because I know that he's a man of few words from the few times I've actually ran into him.
Paradox kind of chimes in in your ear and goes, "He seems kind of an enigma, doesn't he?"
He does. But is it my place to question weird things when we're dealing with God Hand?
I suppose not. And really, we're kind of fumbling in the dark here, so I think it's probably a good idea that we follow his help.
Yeah.
So as you do approach, Julius does stop between these double doors, and he opens the door, and he kind of holds his hand open for you to walk through.
I'll push one of the doors open, not do the double door dramatic bullshit that people do.
Well, he was holding one of the doors open for you, so you go
Oh.
through the other one.
No, I'm gonna go through the door that he opened because he's being nice. I'm like, God Hand.
So you walk into, and it's a fairly large gymnasium. There's dojo mats placed into the middle of the room. This looks like a bit of a practice arena. And Julius, hands in pockets, walks in, and he slowly makes his way into the circle. And he just kind of just mildly gestures for you to join him.
Alright.
He, in sign language, he asks you, "How much do you know?"
Not a lot. Just a little bit.
You trained under Nikon.
Wait, would I even know sign language?
Yes, you know City Common Sign Language.
Okay. I just thought about that and I didn't.
Yep.
realize it.
All Guardians actually know City Common Sign Language. It's strangely enough, it's a common language that they know.
I'll tell him a little bit under him, not a lot, because shit went to hell in a handbasket.
And he gestures again. Nikon, good teacher, but slow in learning.
Fair enough. I can't really argue with that, and I'm probably just a shitty student too, so.
We have 3 days. We need to use this time wisely.
All right.
And he kind of cracks his knuckles a little bit, and he puts his hands back into his pockets, and he just kind of stands at you, waiting for you to make your first attack.
Guess I'm gonna try to go for a punch into his midsection.
Okay. I roll for an unarmed strike.
Which would be
Uh,
just a strength.
yeah, I believe that would just be a strength check.
-1, so this is gonna go shittily. 13.
13. Okay. So you go in for the punch, and he just quite casually just kind of like sidesteps you a little bit.
I'm gonna try to bring my opposite foot around into a sweep and try to take his feet out from under him.
Okay.
And that's gonna be another strength check. Actually, that'd be more dexterity on that.
That would be a dexterous move. So yeah, do that.
One. Worse than a punch.
Actually, let's see. So you go for the sweep, and he just casually just does a little jump, and he just avoids your sweep. He takes a few steps and just kind of casually just walks away from you, his back turned to you.
I don't even make a move. I just ask him. So, go ahead. I know you're gonna say something.
He turns back to you, taking his hands out of his pockets, and goes, "You're lacking focus." And he kind of goes onto his knees, and he says, "Meditate."
You know that connects me to God Hand, right?
He doesn't break eye contact with you. He just looks at you. Focus.
All right.
Calm. So as you begin to meditate, you think back to the moment you were sitting on the mountain and just feeling that moment of clarity. Things are finally starting to make sense, and you're feeling a little bit lighter. You know what's at stake. You know there's a lot that has to be done. And if you don't do it, things will happen. So as much as you are struggling with this, you manage to recenter yourself, calm yourself, and you rest for about 20 minutes in this. You just take the time to meditate and clear your thoughts. So at this point, you have the equivalent of a short rest through your meditation. This does help clear your head a little bit, and you do feel a sense of levity. And Julius he's kneeling across from you, and as you open your eyes and you come back from your meditation, he goes, "You look more refreshed. Ready?"
A little bit.
He stands back up, and he walks away from you about 30 feet, and he turns around. "Watch me carefully. Make a perception check. Do it with advantage. 15. You're staring at him. His hands are in his pockets. He's just standing there casually, like he's relaxed. You blink. He's right in front of you. You must learn to perceive faster than you could before. You must think faster than you did before. To do so requires calm mind, free from emotional attachment. You understand, yes?
Yeah, a little bit.
Good. I shall show you again. And he walks back. And we will now move back to Earls and Company.
Excellent
All
part where I
right.
said fuck.
Gentlemen, Roll your initiative.
Lovely.
Kicking maracas.
Fuck.
Chicka,
Hey,
chicka, chicka, chicka,
15.
chicka, chicka, chicka,
Yeah, the
chicka.
hammer can forever be known as the maraca.
Where is initiative? I gotta find it.
It'll be by your armor class at the top.
I don't know if that's I see. There.
Okay.
Ouch.
Just a moment while I set up our turn order.
Oh.
Gotta grab my keyboard here one sec. Yeah, I saw we're having connection issues. It's yep. So yep, yep. So yeah, I know we're having connection issues. You know, it is what it isn't. Yep. Yep. No, that is fine.
Connection issues. We love to see it.
I blame the beans.
I blame the beans.
Yeah, my beans are alone on the mountainside. What the fuck?
You abandoned the beans.
Your empty can of beans is there.
You abandoned the beans? How dare you?
I didn't abandon them. I got taken from them.
I robbed my beans. Put the adventure on hold. Elias meets his beans.
Yes.
Oh my god.
We leave the beans behind. That's a national fucking travesty.
Yep,
Oh, no, we need beans.
when the apocalypse hit, it's not about the Twinkies. It's about the beans.
Alright.
All right.
So what are we fighting? Are we just fighting the one hive knight or the multiple?
As far as you know, there's one hive knight that has been alerted.
I don't like the sound of that, so be ready. I don't think this. I don't like it. I don't like it when the DM says "as far as you know" because it means that we don't know everything that's going on.
We've only entered. Well, technically, I've only entered one room. There are still
Yeah.
multiple.
There are still a ton of rooms to search, so you know. At the very least, we need to keep them like separated. If there are more, we want to just fight one at a time. You know. Just dogpile this first night, and then any other enemies that come our way, we need to just dogpile them one at a time. Would be the optimal strategy. Tie them all up and throw them out. Tie them all up, put them on the elevator, just send it right back up.
All right, so here we go. Burrows, you're up first. So yeah, you're down here, and the knight is going to be up here.
So I technically at the angle I'm at, could I see him from there? Because
Yep.
I'm
You're
just
not
on the
gonna
other
have a
side.
great angle on him, but you can at least get a visual on him.
Okay. I guess I'll. Where's Theo at in the room? Where are you at? I forgot where you were.
Theo is
Right
actually
there.
in the room. He's inside.
Okay,
the,
so
let's see
hospital
where
room
am I?
over there.
Okay. I'm gonna. Since the hole is big enough, unless Theo's that big and blocking the hole, I would like to try and slip into the room and get behind the. If that's a table still there.
I mean, I am a husky boy.
he is a chunky boy.
Yeah, but that busted doorway is 10 feet, so yeah, you can easily slip through and get behind the table there.
So Theo, you're saying your booty is 10 feet wide?
I'm coming in.
He's
That's
a
why
short
I'm
boy.
not alerted.
He's a wide boy.
The clap was actually did alert the hive.
It's like you stretch an image in like words, so it just gets really fucking.
Oh my god, this whole episode
Coming
is
in. I alerted the hive.
All right,
I'm
so
gonna
you're
make my way.
behind the table.
Yeah.
Yep, you're behind the table. So what's gonna be your action?
Oh shit. I guess I'll. Let's take a shot with Graviton Lance. I mean, see what happens.
Alright.
Where's?
Yep, roll that hit for me.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna do nothing.
Yep, your first will go wide. You do got another attack though.
I'm gonna take it. I'll take another Graviton. Oh, please tell me that.
All right, yep, that will hit.
Sweet,
That does
okay.
hit. For 7 piercing. Okay. I should have made this way. All right. And then you also still have your bonus action.
I am going to use my throwing knife. See if I
All
can
right,
hit
roll
him
that
with it.
damage.
Hit? Maybe?
Uh,
Or did it just pink off of him? Or it's stuck in the wall next to him?
so you throw your throwing knife at it, but it was not hard enough, and it dinks right off it.
Okay. Yay,
Alright,
I
so-
tried.
Yep, no, that's fine. So that will end your turn. Here,
Trying to use
Theo,
the
you're
turn.
next.
Let's see. So from me to the knight, I would assume it's like
These are
20.
5-foot squares, by the way, if you're trying to look at the map.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out like how big exactly. Like,
I mean, so you're 5. So you're about 20 feet from them.
so like it's like that big or how big it is?
I mean, that's pretty close. Like, I don't know if you can see the grid lines on the map. For those
No,
looking at the map.
I can't see any.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah,
That's
I-
what I'm confused.
hang on, let me see.
Um,
if you click on the little icon underneath the pointer, and you click on map background, that,
No
that should
offense.
bring up a light grid on the map, so you should be able to see, like, it's fairly light because it's an overlay on the image itself. The image doesn't have a grid, but
Yeah,
that should help you see it.
right now I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of the squares. Right, please.
Hang on, I think I can erase it for you.
Yeah, that's
Clear drawings. Or that's pointless.
yeah. I know it's fun trying to figure out some of the new stuff on there. It's like what?
Yeah, and plus I'm not on this often enough to where I've like mastered the controls for this thing yet. So
Yeah, it's alright.
yeah.
Yeah, we all good. We all good. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, to give you some context here, so let me go back here. So yeah, you're right about right there,
I'm trying to
and
find
then
one.
5, 10, 15. So 25 feet in front of you, right here, that's where the knight is.
Because I think. Because I should be fine to possibly. Well, I'm not sure if I should throw a grenade, but I feel like I've already alerted the hive as it is. So.
It's up to you.
Well, I fired a couple of shots, and well, my knife
Yeah,
probably
I mean,
made a massive amount of
gunfire's
sense.
already rung out at this point. So
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So. I guess I'm gonna throw my my grenade.
all right. DC-14.
oh wait, I forgot about that. I have a grenade.
I think.
We do have
Damn, my turn. I want the music. Eat it. It's like I hear it shut off. It's like, God damn it! I want you to keep going.
I thought you were doing that for
And that's my
suspense.
grenade. So that's more to it.
Alright, so it will take half damage, but that's
Alright,
still
so it's-
19 damage anyway, so that's gonna be rounded down to it's gonna be 10.
Yeah.
So that's 10 void damage. And it's not gonna be suppressed.
Destroy
And-
all.
I guess the next would be double tap the auto rifle.
Well, the grenade does count as an attack, so that you should only have one more attack. Unless
Yes, but on my fire.
right, other mag fires. Yeah, you get it. Okay. Alright,
However, that's gonna be a miss.
yeah, first one's gonna miss.
That
Second
one's
one will- So you can throw out your grenade, and it does hit it, but it doesn't seem to be affected as much as you thought it would be. And turning to it, you pull your auto rifle, you fire. Your first couple of shots miss, but you do manage to land it for that little nick of 2 points of damage. Alright, and you don't have anything for a bonus action you can do, right?
I think my only thing that would be classed as bonus action would be my barricade.
Alright.
So I guess I'm gonna toss down a rally barricade.
Alright. So you lay one down at your spot, and you kneel behind it, and you take half cover.
And that would be a 6, so my class is automatic recharge.
Alright. So, the knight taking this damage is going to... He's just going to walk up to you, and he's going to attempt to slam his sword down on you.
Ooh.
Here. That's going to be a 12, so I know that's not going to hit. So
Yep, that won't.
he walks up to you, wants to slam down his sword, but just misses you. It goes for a second attack. That's a 13. So that also misses. Alright. So it comes down with its cleaver, missing you the first time, and it comes back with another swing, and you kind of step back just a little bit and just narrowly
Oh.
whizzes by your helmet. And that will end the knight's turn. Make a perception check.
Exceptional.
Everyone make a perception check.
Oh, fun.
See it.
Let's just understand. Just waiting for my turn.
Girls?
Girls?
Sorry, dealing with something outside.
Sorry, it's okay. Sorry. I know we're...
Excuse me.
Come on.
Alright, okay, what am I doing? Sorry. I'm trying to stay focused on this and
Perception.
okay. I'm still behind that table, right? So I kind of
Yep,
got some
David's
cover.
wrong perception right now.
Okay. Oh, perception. Come on. Did it? Oh, there it goes. I must
Hey,
have.
it was me.
Yeah, I'm blind. So.
No, you know what? This is actually appropriate because
Appropriate that I'm blind?
you're too busy fighting off the knight, so you don't notice this. Ash, you're walking down the hallway on approach.
Uh-oh.
You hear the footsteps of another.
Another knight or just another enemy?
You're just hearing another set of heavy footsteps.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh crap.
So where am I right now in the hallway?
So you're right about here in the hallway. You're just kind of like outside the elevator, like on the other side of the wall here.
Yeah.
And the sound of the footsteps seem to be coming from way down at the end of the hall here.
Because I was like, oh, damn.
And with that, it is now your turn.
Oh
Okay.
jeez.
Okay, so it's gonna walk into combat. So I'm gonna have to just.
And yeah, we haven't even tried combat with this character yet, so this is gonna be a fresh experience.
Ooh, new one.
So, is Can I just figure out like mark it so I can ask questions?
You just hold the select the pointer icon, and then you just hold that with mouse button to.
Yeah, he just.
Yeah, just like
There. Okay. Cool. So what is this right here? Because I'm thinking that's kind of like.
that.
Is
That
just
is
like a
like,
little.
it's just like a little net where a bench sits.
Okay. So would it be possible for me to move there to kind of take cover from it, and if it does have like a gun?
So at the moment, if you're to move into this position here, you're gonna be dead line sight with it because it's standing but right here.
Okay. So that's right there.
in front
Okay.
of-
Cool.
Yeah, he's right in front of Theo. So like
Okay, cool.
once you turn that
So-
corner and look in here, you're immediately gonna see him right there.
No, because my idea is I need to fight the thing over here before I get out of them. Can I maybe throw an axion bolt like about here, maybe? Try to put out there so that you can track.
Well, at the moment, you don't have visual confirmation of it. You only hear the footsteps, and it does sound like it's distant, so it could
Okay,
be
so
a
it
ways
is.
away.
Okay, cool. So I
Yeah,
guess I
just
can
like
move.
at the moment, you don't know how far away it is, but you do know that you can't see it down the hallway, so it's still a ways away.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
So can I then throw a grenade, an axion here so it can track towards the knight?
Absolutely. Yep. So yeah, just click on the attack there.
Where? Which one?
On your character sheet, there's a section for. I might actually pull yours up here because I should have created your action as well. But silly me, I do tend to forget things sometimes.
Are you looking for the?
This is grenade attack. But actually, yeah. The reason why I didn't do this is because your character is unique and that you can declare any type of grenade that you want and you can use
Oh,
it.
that's right.
Because that's part of your build is you can declare any type of grenade you want to use and you can use it. So let me grab Axiom Bolt here and I will roll that for you manually. Because that was one of the tricky things I noticed when I was building your character sheet was like, wow, you have a lot of interesting stuff about you. Here we go. Axiom Bolt.
160 feet. Ability charge D8. 7 up to 1 minute duration.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I'm reading off the paper right here. At 60 feet, 1 grenade ability charge D8 recharge. 7 up to 1 minute duration.
Okay.
What if you-
So,
Hopping out, China.
alright, roll a d20 for me. Just roll a straight d20.
Uh.
I'll just go to the dice roller and just do it. Just click on d20. It's on the left-hand side in that toolbar.
I see. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
This is really
Higher level to cast this grenade.
So that'll be plus 14. Grenades half damage if it doesn't succeed, I believe, right? Is that what it says on Axiom Bolt?
That's what I'm reading now. Just make sure. Throw the grenade on a hard surface within range. The grenade attempts to find a nearby target of your designation, which can simply be any hostile creature. Designated within 60 feet of the surface. The grenade
Because he
turns
can't technically miss with the grenade because it's still splash damage, so I'm understanding.
Yeah.
If it doesn't hit the AC, it's gonna be half damage.
into nothing. It's got a lot on this one because it's a very unique grenade.
Yeah, I know.
Just allows to, if the seeker enters the target space, it detonates on the target must make a dexterity saving throw, added bonus to the DC equal to your light level, see blah blah blah. The target takes 2d10 plus your light level modifier.
Okay. So that's what I need to roll.
You could
next.
probably,
2d10.
yeah, pretty much that's it. It's very unique,
Okay.
so I like it. That's pretty cool.
So yeah, that's 10. So that'd be 5 damage. So, okay.
Only reason I had a handy
And
is
you also have a double attack, so that you want to do
Sweet
something
move.
else.
He's right there. I'm trying to. Theo, where's Theo in relation to him?
He's right in front of him. So hang on, let me go back to the map here. So where the knight is right here, Theo is right here, like right in front. So like you basically can see both of them standing in like where you're at in the middle. And the knight's attention is on Theo.
yeah, because I'm at the end of the table down here.
You know, I'm trying to think if I could maybe move somewhere and get some shots off. But
I mean, you're already gonna be in a position to hit him from the side. So
It's a 10-foot opening, but you got to get past his thickness there.
yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to accidentally hit Theo.
Yeah, I got pretty high defense.
Yeah,
we
I
can
know.
tell.
Like, if I shoot you, if I hit you, the bullet's wasted.
Take it.
The bullets are meant. The bullets that hit you aren't hitting the target that we can hit. So.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you do hit me,
I guess,
it's
yeah,
gonna be alright.
I guess I can take some hand cannon shots.
I mean, all he's gonna be taking is emotional damage.
Emotional. Yeah.
My friend attacked me. How dare the emotional damage?
Okay, I'll hit him with hand cannon.
All right. So just roll a hand cannon attack on your attack sheet there.
Where is the?
It should be right in the middle.
Yep, down the middle.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. That shot is going wide.
Don't feel bad.
Yeah. So you throw your grenade down. It does hit it for a little bit of damage. You pull your hand cannon out. You take a shot, but you end up missing. Dragonfly just kind of chimes into your helmet. Oh, that's not good.
Good.
Research it, damn it.
All right, and you don't have anything else. No bonus action you can do, right?
No.
Okay. All right. So we're back at the top of the order. Uros, you're up next.
I guess I'll That knight is still standing right there, isn't he?
He's right in front of Theo.
Like
He
right-
was taking swipes at him with his sword.
Okay, I'd like to move to the other side of the table over here, and then take a shot at him with grab
Show me again. I see
Okay,
it.
because I'm here now. I want to move to like about here.
Okay, so you move the other side of the table there.
Yeah, and then I'd like to take a shot. We grab a tall lance and go, pew! Oh, God.
Okay.
I hit Theo instead.
First shot is gonna miss.
Okay, here comes the second one. There's a reason why I don't do them suddenly. Oh, come on. Oh, did it do it twice? Wow. I looked like it once, didn't I? Oh, did it only once? Okay.
That should be it.
You would
Oh,
think
no,
so,
it's
but
not.
as you're firing these shots off, they're either just narrowly missing or they're not doing any visual damage. Can you recharge your melee real quick?
Oh, shoot.
And,
Yeah. I went wrong place. What was my melee?
You could probably use the knife first.
What do I need to roll? Wait a minute. Where we go?
No, the
What are these?
melee roll should be. It should be 5.
Yeah, you get a roll d6.
Melee roll
Yeah,
6.
thank you.
and
My brain
then
is not taking in.
Hey, that's 5.
Okay, so your knife will be back on the next attack.
Yeah, I can't really. I don't have anything else I can really do. Oh, wait. No, yeah, I can't really do anything else. So.
All right.
I guess-
So that will be. Unless you got something else in mind, because you still have your bonus action.
Actually,
You did already use your 2 attacks, so yep. You do have, let's see, you have an additional 15 feet of movement, so you could technically move to the other side of the table if you wanted to. Okay, so attempt to take flank. Okay. Alright, so that's it for you. Theo, you're up next.
Yes, sir.
This Hive Knight is bearing down on you.
My grenade is ready whenever I get that again.
Alright.
But since he's pretty much like up close to me, disintegrating punch.
Alright, let's see it.
Boom, boom.
Okay, that does hit.
And for my extra attack, since he's up close, I only have one true option: 2-hand Warhammer. Yeah, baby!
Oh, yes, that will
Oh
hit.
shit! Oh shit!
Oh, shit.
The comeback! And I can't really do the bonus action.
Alright, but no, I mean, you did a lot of damage here regardless. So, this knight's just in your face, you're just like, You step up, you just punch it, your void energy hits it with that additional 17 points of damage. It staggers it, kind of making it step back, and it growls. You grab your warhammer, and you just take a good baseball-like swing, boom, right into its chest plate. It cracks the bone in its chest. You knock it back 5 feet, but it's still standing, and its head's kind of reared back a bit, and it comes down looking at you. And is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, because since I can't use my bonus action, I can possibly be able to use it another time.
Okay. So that's the end of your turn, so it is now the knight's turn. After taking such a damaging blow, the knight is going to activate a Shield of Darkness. So you see just a dark curtain essentially just kind of come up in front of the knight as it raises its hand up. And it's going to regenerate health. Alright, so, and then because of that, it will only have 1 attack. So as the shield drops, it steps up again, so it doesn't have to move very far to hit you. Does a 15 hit?
Does not.
Okay, so it tries to take another swing at you, and it just gets knocked back by your armor, you just kind of push it away. Its swing wasn't strong enough to do anything. And that's going to end the first knight's turn.
The first night of that.
Because we've already established you heard something down the hall.
Yeah.
So, let's see if it comes. Okay, so, Ash, because you're going to be the only one in visual range of this, you hear those footsteps, boom, 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 boom. And as you peer down the hallway, you're next, so you have night
Yes,
as well,
yes.
so, okay. So you just see the silhouette. It's just barely out of your visual range. But you see a dark silhouette of another Hive Knight. Go back to my pointer here. It's right here. And it's kind of like starting to run at you. But it's still a good distance from you. It's still over 60 feet away.
Okay, cool.
But you see it now charging at you. And now it's your turn.
Oh, it's gonna be here. So I can't throw another grenade yet. Can I fire my pulse rifle at it maybe?
At which target?
At the one that the knight does run towards me.
Yes, you can. Roll the attack for me. Your first shot's gonna go wide.
Okay. How many shots can I do? Just another one?
Yeah, you have 2 attacks.
Okay, so I suppose I'll do another one and hope it.
Alright, so yeah, still nothing. You take some shots off in the distance, and The bullets kind of whizzing by, the silhouette kind of slightly illuminates it, so it gives you visual confirmation as to what's about to come your way.
That's fine. I'm gonna have to fucking hand-to-hand combat this bitch. That's really interesting.
Alright, so, did you want to use your bonus action for anything?
No, yeah, I don't see that for it.
Okay. Alright, so that brings us back to Eros. Eros, you are up again. You have the knight's back, so you are going to have opportunity attack here if you do attack him.
Oh,
You
sweet.
have +2.
Okay,
Just
so
hopping in, hold on. Is that thing flanking? Because that
It would be flanking.
That's what I'm
From
saying.
them.
That's what I'm saying. He's flanking.
yeah, he.
Well, no, even advantage on the roll plus the +2. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Get Eros.
Let's see.
You got opportunity here. You have his back. And you have your knife back too.
Oh crap, yeah. I'll just take a shot with Graviton Lance again and see what happens. Oh,
Alright.
please work.
You got advantage.
Oh, never mind.
That'll hit. So that hits.
Okay, please. Next one, please.
21, that also hits. Alright, so yeah, so let's see, that's +2 for the attacks as well. So it's gonna be that's 14 damage. And then did you want to use your knife attack as well?
Yeah, might as well. Throw it out there, see what happens.
Alright, throw it.
I almost didn't get it.
Wait,
Okay.
11. Oh, plus the 2, right?
Alright, so using this advantage, you pull your pulse rifle back and you fire it. Boom, boom. You're hitting it right in the back, and you're seeing chunks of bone fly off the back of it. You reach for your throwing knife, it spins in your hand, you throw it, and you hit it in the back of its head, and it starts to burn into its back for the 11 damage. The knight kind of is starting to slump forward a little bit. He's clearly taking a lot of damage at this point. And Dee just chimes into your helmet. He's on the ropes. You gotta get him.
Don't have anything else.
Roll your recharge.
Uh,
Well, no, actually,
no,
don't
no.
for attacks. I was gonna say, like, you have something else you could have done, but that's
oh,
fine.
what did I just
Alright, so,
Oh, I did that. Okay.
your knife will be available on the next round.
Yeah.
Alright, that is your turn, Theo.
Yep.
This knight in front of you he's taking some beating in the back of his head. He's looking a little wary.
Alright, I'm gonna recharge next round.
Good.
Alright. Well, hammer time.
Hammer time. You gonna do a dance move when you do it?
It's just dancing.
Alright, so that's gonna miss.
Yeah. Guess one more try.
He stumbled
And
back.
that will hit.
He stumbled
Alright,
forward.
so you go in for your first swing. The knight kind of puts his hand up and kind of blocks it. And you're like, that ain't right. You back it up again, and you come down, you smash it in the head. Hitting it for 5 damage. You see the fragments of bone just cracked in its face as it's kind of staggering a little bit, and it's on its back feet.
I could taunt it and do something, or I could save my turn. I think I'm gonna save my
I
turn.
mean, it's your bonus action if you want to say something to it.
I mean, saying something isn't a action.
No, it's a bonus action. You can say like a couple of sentences in mid-combat with your bonus action if you want to.
I thought it was a free action.
Well, yeah, it is a free action. But you could also use it as a bonus too. But I mean, yeah, whichever. If you want to say something to it, I'm just saying it's an option.
Well, no, because I was gonna.
I'm just saying, if you
I-
want to taunt it, it's available to you because you do have the action open.
No, I'm gonna say what I was gonna do because it could actually be important.
Okay. Alright, we'll leave it well enough alone then.
Because I was gonna pipe my tower, my tower barricade, just so that he has to go through the extra layer. But
I
that,
mean,
that,
you're at the rally barricade though.
yes, but it doesn't go all the way.
Yeah.
So you just swing over it.
Yep.
But
Alright, so
I'm gonna say that.
Alright, so
So that was my turn.
then. So this knight being on its last legs, can't use the shield anymore because it used the one time. Alright, so he's just gonna go for a swing at you, Theo, since you're right in front of him. That's 9.
Not a hit.
Very cool.
Second attack, 14.
Not a hit.
Not a hit either. So it's trying to swing at you with a sword. He's going left. He's swinging it right. You're nimbly dodging its shots. Which is surprising from a giant titan.
He's the best.
And that's gonna end that's turn. Knight number 2. Ash, you see him charging at you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's
So where's
okay. So you're standing about right here on this one here. Its movement will put it about right here.
Oh,
So it's now about 10 feet in front of you, and it's going to take a shot with its cannon.
oh, it has a gun. That's amazing.
Yep, this one has a boomer cannon.
How far away is it from me again?
It is now 10 feet in front of you.
Okay, cool. So I can I potentially blink out of the way of the shot? Like blink toward. I wanna look. Like, what I'm thinking is I wanna blink to close the distance and then try stabbing him with my knife.
I mean, that's something you can do on your turn because this is still its turn.
Oh yeah.
But this doesn't really end its turn. It's just like because its movements, like after it fires its attack, like that's pretty much it for it.
Okay.
Blinking would be more of a reaction that you would have had to declare before.
Oh okay.
But yeah, just for that purpose. So I'd say, yeah, I mean, you can attempt to use your blink on your next round,
Okay.
but at the moment you're basically just going to be attempting to dodge its attack. And so that's
How far away is Ash from me?
Right
from
outside.
you, like yeah, you're maybe 15 feet, like 10, 15 feet.
Okay, because if it does hit, then I would like to make a reaction towards it. Because
Okay.
this I can do.
Okay. So let's see. Okay, roll a d20.
Oh, he's making an ability check.
Yeah, make an ability check for me.
Oh, critical light. That was 3.
Is it who making check real quick?
You are.
Okay,
And
so roll
I
one.
can
Just,
plus 3.
yeah, just roll a d20 and then we're gonna add +3. Since I'm giving you protected light. Okay, so you do beat. You do succeed in that, but you can still have damage because it's an explosive attack.
Oh, that's supposed to be my AC again.
Yeah, but you're gonna take half damage, so that's gonna be 6 explosive arc damage. And since you get past that, there's no effect, so you just take damage. And that's gonna end this turn. All right. So now we're back up. Actually, no, that's Ash. Now it is your turn.
Okay, so the one here has a boomer.
Yep, the one. Yep, in front.
How do these supers work? If I can ask.
So
Just like how-
it to your grenade ability. It does have to recharge each time you do use it. At this point, you do have your super active and ready for you to use.
Okay. Hold on to it for now. Though. Yeah, so I think one thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to I do have Touch with the Void.
Yeah, you got some unique options available to you.
Alright, so can I potentially use Chaos Accelerant, and then, I don't know if I have, like, the abilities to... No, I think I'm just gonna blink and then I'm gonna, try hitting it with my knife.
All right. So then, because you're gonna be blinking behind him, you'll gain the attack of opportunity. So you'll have that +2 as well. Okay, so just roll a let's see, roll your dagger attack. Okay. At +10, that's gonna miss. Or not +10, +3. Excuse me. That makes it hit. You can take another step if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it again.
Okay. Alright, so that will hit. And then...
The first hit with the 5.
Alright, so you blink behind this other knight here, and you take a couple of stabs into his head. You kind of miss your first one there, but you nailed the second one in there decently. You pull your dagger back out and step out, and the knight just kind of slowly, starts to turn around towards you. And that will end your turn. Alright, Uros, we're back to you.
Yay!
The knight in front of you is staggering, and you can sense it's near death.
I'm just gonna take another shot with Graviton Lance. Since he's right there, I mean, I'll might as well.
Alright.
Yep, shoot.
And since his attention is still going to Theo, you'll have attack opportunity. So, okay, that will hit.
I guess I'll shoot him. Yeah, I'll hit him with Graviton Lance again anyway. Okay, just see if it. Please tell me. Oh.
Yeah, because you have advantage.
There you go.
Yep, because you're doing the correct thing, you're flanking and you're taking attack of opportunity, so that's perfect. Alright, so yep, you take those 2 shots, and you shoot it into the back of the knight's head, and the knight's head collapses, and the body falls over. It falls right in front of Theo's. Massive bony body just falls over dead.
Yeah.
That's one.
Yay!
Alright, and you still have your movement. Did you want to do anything else?
Move back to the opening, like kind of right outside here, because they're right out here in the hallway.
Yep, alright, so then
So this way I can
once
see.
you've taken your final shots, you take the bolts out and you make your way back out to the hallway. Okay, it would actually, from your position, you'd be on the hallway here if you use your full movement.
Okay, I'm good with that. I'll do that.
Okay, so that will put you back out into the hallway, and now you're just right into the other night.
Yay!
Alright, so that's it for you. Theo, you're up next. You just witnessed this high body just drop dead in front of you, and you know he's been outside waiting for you.
Yep. So
I also
I'm
use
gonna go ahead and go around the corner, and considering I'm gonna be severely close to him, I can only do hammer.
Alright, so roll that attack for me.
And Ash is in front of them, right?
Yes, because the positioning is going to be such. So Ash is right here, and then the Hive Knight is about right here. So,
Is it right here? Yeah. Or
yeah, so like, I mean, just positioning wise, so like this is Ash here, where the purple is, the Knight is here, so about 10 feet away from Ash.
oh, they're 10 feet away. So then, since I'm right over here, I'll go by Ash and place down my rally barricade for 1.
Alright, so you move into position, drop your barricade down, and now you guys are in half cover.
Yep. And as the tank I am, hammer time.
Alright, so you can
Flanking
push
me.
inward, and you got your hammer ready.
Not gonna hit.
Yeah, the first one's going to swing wide.
Not gonna hit.
That does it. Yep. Alright, so yeah, you come in with your hammer here, you swing once, it kind of sidesteps a little bit, you use the momentum to swing you back around, you crack it right in the chest, and you hit it for that 8 damage.
Alright.
Alright, and that'll be it for your turn. Alright, so the knight is going to step back 10 feet, so he's going to move from here back to here, and he's going to fire his shot right here. So he's going to be hitting both Ash and Theo with this AoE.
Well, so he's Ash is over here, yeah?
Well, Ash is back in that position, yeah, you moved up, so...
And I'll be over here, and I'll try to place barricade right in between us. So,
Yeah, so basically the barricade is the target for this shot, so because of the AoE, Ash may, this is the thing. Ash may get some damage for this, but because it's going to be half cover, it's not going to be reduced if it does take any at all. But since you are on the other side of that barricade, you are likely going to take the full brunt of that if you do fail the DC.
Yeah, so much. Also need to check on. Okay, so yeah, it's a dex, that's gonna fail. So.
Yep. So, alright. Alright, so roll both of you roll a d20.
Yeah.
You're painting the darkness. Like you need.
So would you add dex save or just a regular roll?
Just a regular roll.
Okay.
Because you guys need to beat 14.
No, I think that's much better.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you succeed. Or who rolled that? I didn't.
That'll be me.
Okay.
I know the least I dial.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, you pass the DC, so that's fine. And then
And actually,
Ash, roll.
I guess it would be a dash considering to behind barricade.
Yeah, that's the thing though, because you're behind the barricade, so even failing this DC, you're still gonna only take half the damage.
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome.
But yeah, if you pass the DC, you would only take like maybe a quarter or so.
Like a little bit extra, so I still fucking.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that barricade does help because it's gonna reduce this damage here, so it's good.
And that shield's gonna take damage, so I need to figure it out.
Yeah, that shield's gonna take some damage too. That's just the thing.
Yeah.
Just- Alright, so
It's 2.
you both take 4 arc damage.
Alright.
Just a little stingy.
Alright.
Alright, and then it's going for its second. It's going to.
How much? So that means 8 if we did fail.
That's it with it halved. Because it
Yeah,
was
so
really
that
damage,
would
and
be-
then get to 4. Because of
Okay, so then my shield took 8 damage then.
Yeah.
Alright. So,
Alright, and then for its second action, it's going to ready a reaction. And that will end its turn.
Alright.
Alright, so Ash, we're now back to you.
Oh, fun. So where's everybody?
Alright, so
so
you're
that's
still
right.
here.
Okay,
He's a little
right
ahead
ahead
of
of
you, and then Gross is now up beside you. He just exited the room. He's joining you in the hall.
Where's the knight? Am I just
The knight is back in front, about 20 feet ahead of you.
I guess I'll just fire my hand cannon at him.
Alright, take your shot. Alright, that hits.
And then let's go ahead and do another one.
Yeah, that will miss. Alright, so. Alright, you take your 2 shots. And the knight does take the hits. Ooh, ooh. Doesn't seem to be affecting it too much at the moment.
Fun. Yeah, just myself.
Alright, Gross. Now your turn.
Okay. I'll try and take a couple shots from where I'm at with grab down Lancer.
Okay.
See if we can hit him. Let's do
Take a
this.
shot.
There's one. Come on.
You do. I mean, just. I don't want to be a metagame here, but just above game, you guys still have your supers.
I don't want to use it yet. Leave me alone.
Just a friendly reminder.
I know. I don't want to use it yet.
Alright, so both of those shots are going to miss. So you do take those 2 shots. They do end up going wide. Yeah, you do have your knife, so you can take a melee shot.
Yeah, I'll flick it at him. Oh, that's gonna do something.
That hit? Yeah, that'll hit. So you're not hit with the pulse rifle again, and it's a familiar feeling. So you kind of get frustrated. You reach for your throwing knife and you throw it, and you nail him square right in the forehead. Ding!
Make him cranky.
Alright, and that will be it for your turn.
Yeah.
Alright, so the knight is back up. After taking that damage, it's going to use its reaction, Shield of Darkness.
Oh, that's right.
And with that, it does regenerate health. Another D8. Alright, so the shield comes down, and it goes for the cannon, and will fire at you, Burrows. Now this radius is 5 feet, so Ash is going to be, because you're within 5 feet where Ash is at, it's going to be a issue roll.
Get hit by everything there.
Yeah, you're unfortunately standing in the wrong spot.
Yeah, I'll have to move at some point, I guess.
Yeah. Alright, so both of you roll d20s for me.
I'm probably gonna go down soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not rolling that low, actually. Just
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Alright, so.
I mean, I think it's protective life for 1. It's ability check.
Yep, so then you guys get +3, so. I mean, Earl's actually already passed because he started with the DC. With a protective light, that would bring Ash above that, so you both would pass the DC, so you both will take half damage from that.
very fun.
And I mean, if it gets that serious, I do have an additional feat I could do.
Alright, so that will be 6 arc damage. And that will end the knight's turn. Alright, we're back to you, Ash.
Okay, I'll get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, and before we actually move on a bit, roll your regen for your shields.
What do I roll for that?
I believe for you it's a d8.
Okay. 6.
Alright, so you got 6 shield points back.
Yeah. Okay, solid. Okay, so I'm just right here, you said, right? Or
Yeah, you haven't moved from that spot yet.
Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of move. So the knight is where again?
He's about 20 feet down the hall right up there.
He's right there. So I think I'm gonna move. I think I'm gonna move back a bit. Get out of the splash zone everyone else is attacked. So I think I'm gonna move back a little bit.
Alright, so spreading out the team a little bit, you can move back. What would you like to do next?
I'm gonna fire my I'm just fire my hand cannon at him again,
Alright, take shots. Natural 1.
and then another one.
Okay. let's see what happens on the severity of the first shot.
Sorry, guys. Okay, what are you doing?
I mean, if anything, you're gonna hit me, and I'm planning to, actually get
Okay,
hit.
so to be clear, are you kind of still on the right side of the hallway, or did you kind of move towards the middle or the left?
I moved a bit towards the middle because they're like here and here, right? Just about.
Yeah, so yeah,
If I'm being honest, I at least have a decent sideline,
Yeah,
so I'm not
so-
literally shooting over their shoulders.
Yeah, but Earls is closest to you, so
I'm so sorry,
Uh,
Rose. This is going so wrong.
Do they need to check something?
I have to
no,
put down
no.
a pencil right
So you hit fire your first shot, and it goes really wide. You don't know why you're hit firing. It doesn't seem to be very practical for you. But you hit fire anyway, and Earls, you take a bullet in the buttocks for 4 points.
I have.
now. I literally shot her in the ass.
I mean, hey Matrix. how bad do you not want to take that damage? Alright.
Just got shot in the ass and I'm supposed to deal with that.
And your second shot, just like because you're hit firing for no apparent reason, just goes completely wide.
Lovely.
And that will end your turn. Earls, you have a bullet in your right butt cheek. Alright, what are you doing? Show me what you got. Alright, your second one will hit, and then you do still have your knife attack for this round. Okay. Alright, so you're kind of cringing a little bit at pain that's just recently found you up for some reason. The anger from this does allow you to hit your second shot quite consistently, and you reach for your throwing knife, and you throw it. The throwing knife, however, does go wide. Yeah, your throw kind of comes a little bit from your hips, and your hip seems to be hurting a little bit. Your throwing hand side. Alright, that'll end your turn. Theo, we are back to you.
Yep. So what I will go ahead and do is I will go ahead and toss out my my grenade since that's back. And luckily I don't have to do a shield recharge because I almost forgot I had over shields.
Yep, because of your disintegration strike.
Yep.
How long does that last, by the way? It's only
It lasts for a minute, but I cannot use it again until my shield is gone.
Hang on. I'm sorry about that.
Yep.
Alright.
Yep. I cannot use my my melee ability until my shield is gone.
Yep, and you haven't taken really much damage yet, so that shield is not at all close to dropping yet.
Yep.
Alright, so, what do you want to do? You threw your grenade. Alright, so that will hit. Let's see if it passes DC. Nope, that will fail. Alright,
So it's takes 19. Hell yeah.
It is suppressed and takes 19 damage. Yep, so let me look at that. Okay. And then suppression, that's limiting to movement and with disadvantage on attacks, is that right?
Suppress creature cannot cast light abilities, cannot cast spells, and cannot recharge rolls.
No, so those are regions.
If it was concentrating, it ends, and if the creature cannot begin concentrating until while they're suppressed.
Okay. Alright, so this effect largely isn't going to impact it too terribly much.
No, but still damage.
Oh, yeah, that's the whole thing. So you do not jump damage. So that's perfect. Alright, you have one more attack. What would you like to do?
I'm going to kneel, that way it can be easier for the field to not shoot, and I'm going to use my auto rifle. So first one, miss. Second, also miss.
Yep. You take a couple of shots at it, but it's mostly covering fire at the moment. It's not really doing much.
Make class recharge.
Yep.
Not too much. And then there's something grenade, which will be figured out.
Alright, so we are back to the next turn. Seeing as its shots are not doing its intended effect for it, it's going to move up on you, Theo, since you're the closest target, and it's going to take a swing at
Relax, follow.
This is 1780.
Ooh, that means.
Okay, so 9 always succeeds.
Yep, nice please. So that's it.
Okay. We're going to do it this way. So it's going to make a second attack.
Alright, is it bludgeoning damage?
Slashing.
It's halved. Oh shit.
Okay, perfect. Alright, so that's good to know. That's another 17, so it's going to be successful in both swings, but since it is slashing damage, it will be halved. That's not good. Alright, roll this damage. Damage. 1. So that will be 8 points of slashing damage after the half.
Alright, so I take damage.
Yeah, and that's combined between both attacks, so.
Yep, which breaks the shield. And goes to my shield.
Alright. That'll end the knight's turn, and it brings us back to Ash.
I'm trying to think because I don't hit someone again.
Show me your warriors well. Shoot at me.
I guess I'll pull 5 hit again.
Alright.
So,
Yeah, cool. That's fine.
so what do you say?
Never mind. So yeah, the first one does hit.
Good. And then get fire again, I guess. With this.
Alright, so your first shot
I
does
love it.
nick it for just a little bit of damage, and your second shot does end up missing. Did you want to use your bonus action or anything?
Let's not. No, not yet.
Alright, so then that brings back up to Gross. You are up next.
Yay. Okay, let's see if this. I guess I'm just gonna take some more shots with Crown Lance. I gotta keep track of my shots too, so.
Yeah, I just started keep track of mine.
Well, with my rounds per magazine, I have to know, wait, how many shots did I fire? I gotta go
I,
back.
I
No,
think you might need to reload here, not next round pretty soon.
actually, if it's 5, I already shot and I actually needed to reload. So I already went over that already. And I was like, oh shoot, okay. So 2 more shots, I'll have to reload. I'm gonna make sure I do it this time because I was like, I missed that. I'm gonna take shots now.
Okay.
2. And
Right, that
then,
hits.
come on, that one done. And then,
Yeah, the second one will miss.
and I don't have my
And then
name.
you can recharge your attack. Your melee.
Wrong screen.
Alright, so not quite ready for you yet.
Nope.
I don't think you have much else to do for your bonus
No.
action unless you want to say something to the group or anything.
Keep up! I don't know what else I could say or do. We're just doing
That's
what we
fine.
can, so that's about it. So, that's it.
So, alright, that's it for you, and we're back
And
to
I'm
with you.
how would I reload? Real quick before.
We already in
reload.
action.
Yeah,
So,
Okay,
reload.
nope, that's all I need to know.
alright, Theo, you're up next. So
Alright.
this knight is just like the last one. He's just kind of bearing down on you. You're in the face of this guy.
Yes. Which he made the same mistake as last night. Getting in melee range. Disintegrate.
Hit him.
Kick his ass.
16. Just.
Shit.
That will just hit.
And I'm getting my ore shield again.
I'm shocking.
Okay. Wow. So you hit him with this punch, and your void energy is cracking its bony structure. It is looking at the same. It is near death at this point.
Okay.
You still have one more attack.
Yes. No which. He's still close to me, so Warhammer. Let's see if I can get this hit. Fuck. 1 damage.
Yep, that does 1 damage. So you punch him right in the chest with your first melee punch. Your void energy just vibrates across the chest, cracking it. You step up with the warhammer and you take a swing. Ding! With a very strong swing, but you do just a little bit of damage.
And with that, I can then do my class recharge. And then I believe that my class recharged, but not anything.
You did that class one was first for you.
Yeah, class was first.
Okay.
And I can't do my melee recharge because as long as I still have my ore shield, I can't do a recharge melee.
Exactly. Yep. All right. So it is now the knight's turn. Knowing no other option other than to attempt to smash you, it's going to leave you once again. That's a 7. So that's like you guys like are having bad rolls in here. I'm having bad rolls on my dice tonight. What the hell?
So now I want the taunt now.
Okay, that will finally hit. That's a 19.
Alright, that's 19.
Yep. So let me see what the end of here. 14 slashing damage.
Which will be half because of ore shield.
Yep, so you only take 7.
Yep.
And, let's see, that was the first one. Okay, yeah, missed on the second one. Alright, and that is going to be it for that knight. Ash, you are up. This knight is staggering and seemingly looking on its last legs.
Oh, okay. I have to miss. I will keep. I'm gonna try to I guess I can just fire more at it if it's almost dead. There's no reason to waste anything really taking risks, so I'll just fire out again.
Alright.
That is.
Okay, nice.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
my people.
And it's not toward my butt.
And you know what? It's fitting because as you fire that shot, you place that bullet right between its eyes. The head similarly explodes to the last one, and the body just falls backwards, and you have killed it. And that is the end of combat.
Finally get a shot. Hell yeah.
So now that we
No,
finish
it's
this,
another shot
we,
with my butt.
now
I
that
didn't
we,
even ask, but like, I finally hit the knight with a fucking shot.
You took it down.
now
You did
that we
it.
finish this, we circle back over to Elias. Elias, Julius have now been trained for roughly about an hour. You're starting to understand what the technique on a step of wind is. And Julius is attempting to teach you this. You're standing seemingly by yourself in the middle of the ring, in the arena. You're listening quietly for the footsteps.
Mhm.
You concentrate on the sound. You're listening for the turn. Make a dexterity check. No, right now.
Good hit, we're done.
You said like dex.
Dexterity, yep.
Fuck my dex. Damn here.
Natural.
I'm gonna roll. Yeah, I've been hearing the album having difficulty.
So you're listening for it. You hear the turn. And you know exactly where it's coming from. If you raise your hand up, and you block the oncoming strike. As you're blocking the strike, and the residual sound just echoes through the cave that you're training in, the jam that you're training in, you see Julius smile. And he slowly steps back and goes, "You are learning. Very good." And he kind of bows to you slightly.
I'll return the bell or like he did to me.
He goes over to a chair, and he sits down. And he gestures for you to sit next to him, offering your wrist.
I'll take the proper seat.
There's a towel sitting there in front of you, and Julius reaches for his and kind of wipes the sweat from his brow. He turns to you and gestures with his hands. How long have you trained under Night?
In combat specifically, not very long.
Nikon is very much, how shall I put it, a master of many fighting style. Did you know how long he's trained other people, such as myself?
Probably too long in years.
I trained under him 60 years ago.
I look at him like, what the fuck?
He just looks at you, just calmly. Does this surprise you?
Kinda. You know, it looks 60 or over 60.
I came to him many years ago. He was one of my first teachers. Taught me how to use both my hands, but also use my light. I'm not a guardian, but I possess an inner strength. One my Khan took quite kindly to. He trained me well. But eventually, all students outgrow their masters. I eventually learned from others. He's very knowledgeable. You should trust him.
Yeah, but the Vanguard limits him in what he can do.
This is true. However, he wasn't always tied to the Vanguard. The Vanguard has only existed for about half the time the city has been open. Very young in its infancy. Lots of room to grow. He kind of stands up and stretches a bit. And he grabs water and begins to drink from it. Do you understand just how fast your opponent moves, truly?
3 times, so pretty damn fucking quick.
Yes, I understand how fast this one moves. He's said to move. I believe the term Malachi said was faster than light.
I didn't know that.
His words, not mine.
Light may be an exaggeration, but as far as I know, probably not.
He shrugs slightly. I don't know, I've never seen such a character before.
Pretty interesting when you experience it yourself. Not fun to turn off the building.
I have been told I can move with an uncanny speed that does sometimes even rival Guardians. However, this one seems to be faster than everything. So to do so, in order to combat something that moves faster, you must think faster. This is why we must sharpen your mind. He gestures for you to stand back up.
Alright.
With your fastest move, approach me. And he turns his back to you and starts to walk back to the middle of the ring.
Oh, wait, you're just the center.
He turns back to face you and puts his hands into his pockets. And he stands somewhat casually as he waits for you to move.
I guess I'm just gonna try to use the technique that I learned.
Okay. So let me actually. Let's... this here. Sorry, I'm not being distracted by the sound of the dog crying. Living room.
Don't worry, I'm distracted by no manual sector. Does peanut butter work on jelly? It does, really.
Okay, so the way this is gonna work is I want you to roll. This would be roll dexterity. Just roll straight dexterity. Just roll straight.
I said, not today, asshole.
So just to kind of bring it around, Step of the Wind is a movement speed increase. So the way it would work is your normal movement is going to be 30 feet. But you can maybe increase that to 40 feet, and then if you dash, it can increase it to 80. So with this, you'll still be activating this. You're going to move 10 feet further. So basically what's going to happen is he's standing there waiting for you. He's wanting to see you do it. And you're able to pull it off. But you're not very graceful in your step. So he kind of turns to you just to kind of slide past and just touch it. He goes, "You're getting better, but we still need more practice." With enough practice, you're going to be able to at least somewhat even playing. He kind of turns back to you and goes, "We can't make you his speed, but we can at least bring you up to mine." So with that, you want to say anything, or
There's not really much that I can say at that point.
then you guys will continue on your training. So we will go back into Uros and company.
Apparently getting their asses handed to them by night, from what I've heard.
Oh no, that's the end of combat. They survived.
Oh,
Beat the
We
shit out of those
live.
knights.
We
yeah, I heard
live.
we were doing really low rolls, apparently.
I was doing terrible rolls. I shot Uros in the ass.
Yeah, I came
Yeah, I
back
shot
when
Rose in the ass.
Bork asked, like, how his super worked.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then,
I
something about
literally,
somebody being shot in the ass.
I literally beat the shit out of those knights. I was
You
getting high
did.
numbers.
All right, so you guys,
Wait, no, you didn't. I heard the tink of your fucking warhammer.
That was my
I heard
hammer.
that.
I said my melee.
yeah, his
Oh, yeah,
punch did the majority of the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes really hand in hand with Titans.
Exactly.
Imagine
All right,
being,
but you
imagine
guys
being an electric
are
one.
now in the aftermath. You guys have knocked over the two Hive Knights, and their corpses are lying dead in front of you.
Well, good to see that you do have some metal in you,
Who do you say this to?
Ash.
Okay.
The one that doesn't like to fight, apparently.
His buttocks does not appreciate being shot.
Orc.
Sorry.
I just snap talk ya. You gonna say anything?
I'm sorry. I was reading something wrong. My one text.
It's okay.
What did you say? Sorry.
I said to you that, well, at least you have some metal in you.
I resent that, but I'm just gonna move on because I'm more interested in the bodies of these Hive Knights. So I have not been able to study one. Are the bodies vanished just like always, or
No, the heads exploded and the heads disappeared, but the corpses fell down in front of you.
yeah? Okay, so I'm just gonna immediately go to the corpse of the one I killed and just start looking at it.
Well, I mean, the one in the room is still intact, yeah?
Well, both of them had their heads exploded, but the
Yeah.
bodies are still there. So
Right,
I mean,
okay.
they're headless corpses, but they are corpses.
Better this one. If the other one also doesn't have a head, then may as well just bring this one along if I can.
You do you.
Given how much space is in your, because you don't really have a whole lot of stuff in your inventory, you could technically haul that body, but it's going to take up the majority of your space, so you wouldn't be able to carry too much left over.
Yeah, no.
If you want to carry that body, like it's possible to put it into your little pocket dimension.
Sure. I will take the body with me, but that'll probably end up being the first thing I drop if I need to pick more stuff up.
Yeah, because it's going to take up pretty much your whole inventory.
Alright, so I got a Hive Knight with me now.
Yeah, the headless corpse of a Hive Knight.
Lovely.
All right, so yep, Dragonfly will kind of, he scans over the body and just, oh, that's a heavy boy. Yeah. You see, like, Dragonfly just kind of like, he's kind of like trying to hover a lot. He's like feeling like a little heavy. Like, oh, okay.
They definitely hit hard. If that wasn't me, that probably would have hurt a lot more.
Yeah, maybe if there's like that.
Yeah. So, and this is DB. He's like, so, what are these? We have never encountered whatever this is before. What is
So
that?
do I know what they are, or?
So your studies of the Hive have been limited to thralls and the one wizard.
Okay.
So your knowledge, like you have a lot of knowledge, but it's still extremely limited as there hasn't even been an attack by the Hive yet. There's just been small skirmishes that are just like urban legends. Like you've heard of little villages being attacked by bony creatures, but they haven't really ever been like identified, and it's just been urban myth and legend. But you're finding more and more that as you're discovering these new creatures, that these are not the legends that people seem to think they are. It's much worse.
Oh, that's lovely.
I could second that on what they
Well,
are.
Yeah, ideally, when we get back, ideally, I'm able to bring this thing back to back to my ship, and when we get there, I'll have a look over it, see what I can figure out.
Yes,
If
from
we
at
can
least
get
what
one, if we can maybe get one without destroying the head, that would be better, or preferable. Keep as much of the body intact as possible.
I could try, but that's if I don't disintegrate it.
Yeah, just try your best, please. Because hey, anything we can learn about new enemies is an advantage.
I mean, from what little we know right now, from how they fought me, we can at least assume that they're a higher tier of warrior.
Okay. Where are you going?
Well, let's see if
Where?
there's anything that we can scavenge,
You
or
gotta get what?
anything else within some of the rooms we haven't checked.
Katie's selling beef sticks.
Yeah, and
for
DB
hands.
looks over to you, or else let's check out the facility. We still need to find the dark matter sample somewhere.
You're weird. I like you.
Beef sticks.
No, no.
Not just as much in the turtles.
Well, considering that room is cleared, Ash, you can check out that room. I'll assist Eros and one of the others.
Yay.
Okay. And I'll just go ahead and we're just gonna do this since we're pretty much gonna be out of combat. I will reveal
Magic.
entire map to you.
Look at the magic. Oh, wait.
So,
Magic.
to clarify, it's still dark in here. There's no power in this area. There's no lights that are on at all. But you do have the option to explore the rooms that you see here.
Should we split up, considering it seems like it's safe now?
Sure.
Well,
Just
I'm hesitant to say it's safe. But
let's proceed with caution.
absolutely.
So, comms on. Keep our
Yeah.
videos going to each other. Anything suspicious?
Maintain.
Yeah, you know,
Keep comms open at the very
Yeah.
least.
don't
So we
wander
need
in
to
a
be able to
place where,
contact.
you know, might cause, have an issue.
Absolutely.
I
Then,
figure,
I assume me and Eros are gonna proceed down, yeah.
yeah, I figure come down to the end of the hall where the one night came around.
Alright.
I think I see terminals.
So, where are you going?
I will go into. This looks like this area, the room here. That looks like an office. I may as well go over there. I'll start.
Alright. So, you make your way through the hallway and you do clear what appears to be some kind of a security checkpoint, but everything is powered off, so it's not functioning. And you just make your way casually through the doorway, and you do see these little panels here, little desks that do have some stuff. The papers here seem to be still intact. Nothing seems to be seemingly out of place. You do attempt to access the computer there, but the power just seems to be not working for it. But as you look over to your left, there seems to be a light that's coming from the next room. It's a faint blue light.
Well, if I can find a way to turn the power on, that's definitely a plus. I'll go ahead and go over to that room.
Okay. So peek into the room here. This does appear to be some kind of facility that has an independent power unit. Because the lighting that's coming from this room seems to be separate from the rest of the facility.
Intriguing. Can I look around and see if there's anything special in the room?
Make an investigation for me.
Let's do a word investigation. There's investigation. Bang.
12. Okay. Uh, so there are some backup generators that seem to be running in the room. They're on the far back wall there. They're giving a very quiet kind of a hum. They seem to be active, but you can't really tell for how long. But they're independently running generators that seem to be creating power for this room specifically.
He was gonna help him,
Roll an
so it'll be
investigation for
10.
me, Sue.
No, no, you cannot. It's too dark.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted to go look. Wait, can... Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna help. Yeah.
Theo, did you want to try?
I only have one mindset.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so unfortunately, you guys are looking in this closet, and it looks tossed. Like you don't see anything in here that's gonna help you.
We could look in the other, I guess.
On towards the other end of the meeting room, there is another storage room.
No.
Back over there. And roll investigation for me there. You'll have advantage of this one.
Through there.
Come on,
Because DB's gonna help you look around.
please roll.
Alright.
Not 20.
19.
Oh.
19. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
so you and DB comb this room here, and you do happen to see that there is a cart that
So,
does
can I
appear to
just
be
turn
offline.
it
Just needs to be powered up.
Because my plan was to maybe power it up using one of the generators, but So we can't like push it or anything, no.
I mean, yeah, you can pull it out. It's just it's not in its hover mode at the moment.
Yeah, no. I was thinking we like take it to the
Can
we
I
like
turn
lift
it
it
on?
or whatever, and then bring it to the room.
Is
Bring
there
it to this room over here, and then start. And
Well,
then I
it-
can start getting to work.
Yeah,
Wait,
I mean,
if
so
it's
you-
just powered off, can I check to see if I can turn it on?
yes, you can.
How? What do I?
Make a perception.
Perception. Please be good, please. Please.
17, okay. Yep. So you're looking around a little bit, and
It's just
you
power on
notice.
buttons.
Yep, you notice immediately that there's a little switch on the handle that you're pulling. Like, oh, you flip the switch.
Ooh.
The cart raises up
That's
about a
stupid.
foot, and is now hovering.
Ash, it
Oh.
works.
Lovely. We're gonna have to bring it back though, because I don't think this is gonna be able to handle the load. So, the plan is to basically get one of the containment, get one of the anti-grav chambers, load it up onto this thing, get the dark matter in it, and then we can start moving.
Let's go find the one yelling in the halls and thumping.
Yeah, so we're gonna go find Theo, be like, hey, yo, bring it back to the room.
So,
What is
so
that
by this
sound?
point, Theo is made it to by the security checkpoint.
He's made so much
Gee.
progress
The
already.
light
Tell him to go
provides.
back.
The light provides.
It's all...
No, I got it.
This is actually a very good workout.
You're gonna have to bring it back. You're gonna have to bring it back to the room. I
So
We'll
do you
pick it
guys
up
bring,
on the
bring
way.
the cart over to him?
Well, bring the cart to him.
well, no,
so-
I'm gonna. The plan is to bring it into the this room over here, so I can actually get.
Well, we could pick
the
his up
anti-grav
on the
chamber.
way. Well,
Yeah,
we could pick
'cause
up his
You're gonna
on
have
the way.
to, because he's walking to that security gate. So you guys are gonna meet like.
Oh
kind of
yeah,
in
no,
that
we can.
hallway.
Yeah, we'll pick
Yeah, so
his
we
up
can meet up
too
with
and
him
just
on
go here. We found this.
I was gonna say I'm gonna dip for the night.
No.
'cause
No,
I need to get some sleep.
no, you don't need sleep. Sleep's overrated.
Sleep is for the weak.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I mean-
You're on your training arc anyway. Go on.
Yeah.
He's doing his anime training arc.
But I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Now we need a little side clip for just that one. He's doing.
Well,
that.
I mean, we're gonna be closing up here in a little bit anyway, so it's fine. Because yeah, we're gonna be wrapping up soon, so no worries.
Yeah.
But all right, so you guys will be. So refresh my mind here. So, are you moving the cart to grab the first sample and pull that out, or are you going back for a second sample while Theo walks with the first one?
Um,
I'm
I'm
just
gonna say we
trying
go
to trying to
for the-
figure out what we're doing here.
because what my plan was to basically set up a thing so we can get an anti-grav chamber on the cart and power it up, and then maybe transport the thing with it.
Well, then we could probably get more than one.
Because I don't, considering the amount of effort it's taking Theo to carry one of them, I don't know if this hover cart's gonna be able to handle that load. So
Well, we could try. You know.
I guess.
He's right there. We'd be halfway.
Okay, we'll try, but if this breaks, then we're gonna have a problem.
Well, we'll try and roll it up, and if it starts to squat to the floor, then we will go with
Yeah.
Plan B.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All
Let's
yours.
do this thing.
All right,
Alright,
so
so-
we're laying this first one down on the cart.
So you guys,
Very
you guys,
slowly and very carefully.
so you guys come up to me. Okay.
Yes, Thumper.
Even for me, this is not a smart idea.
All right, so you slowly move the canister from your shoulder and you put it down. As
It's on the
heavy
floor.
as that was for you, you lay this down on the cart and the cart is unmoved.
Yes. You think we could get the other ones?
Possibly.
Okay, so the cart isn't as heavily affected as Theo was, basically.
From the
Anti-gravity,
appearance
blah,
of,
blah,
of
blah
it,
stuff?
it is taking the weight of this one sample very well.
We may as well go back and see if we can load up any more samples.
Yes, more the better.
Definitely.
Yes.
At least have a couple on hand in case we need it for later.
Is it upsetting that I want to keep one?
That's the plan.
Well, we didn't say we give
Well, you
him
think giving all of this to Malachi? I'm giving him the bare minimum.
Yep. Agreed.
I mean, this is a really good workout.
If that's the reason.
Oh, the irony of this coming from an EXO. Yes.
Oh my God, this is a really good workout.
It's a really good workout. You don't need workouts. You're a Titan and you're an EXO. Being strong
I am
as hell.
human. Get it right.
Oh, you're a human. Oh, wait, never mind. No, I forgot. What's his name? I'm forgetting his name.
No.
He has a little bit of an
Above
issue with
game.
this.
He is an EXO, but he
He is
also
an
believes
EXO.
he's human.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
kind of lean over to Ash. He has a bit of an issue with this, so just go with it.
Alright. Alright. Okay then.
Alright, so do you guys go back to attempt to retrieve
Yes.
the second sample?
We're gonna go to attempt to retrieve a second set.
So
Yeah,
just
alright.
pushing the cart
Don't,
along.
don't
should
mind
be
the
easy.
holes in the ground.
At least the
Yeah,
cart
there,
doesn't
there's
have
there's
wheels.
some
Hover cart
serious
instead of
dents
something with
where
wheels.
his steps were, and you can see it leading all the way back to the lab.
I'm just
Again,
looking
luckily
down
we
at
have
him.
a hover
like,
cart and not something with wheels.
Yeah, exactly.
Fence in the
It's
ground
like,
don't matter.
woo! Let's go
Alright,
get
so-
the others.
So you guys do attempt. You open up a second cylinder. So are you both going to attempt the strength again, or who's gonna do this?
I should be able to do it single-handedly now, considering.
The workout. that's
Roll a strength with
happening.
advantage.
Also,
I'll
something
stand.
something I realized is that it wouldn't be a strength check. It would be athletics because I am carrying something.
Oh my God. Well, it's
I mean,
between
you
the
can do either
both.
or, I guess, because it's still technically it's both either
13.
a strength or athletic feat. So I would
And-
accept either
Yeah.
one.
And protective light, so it's 16.
So 16. So
That protective
Okay.
light is currently carrying us right now.
As long as
The
I
light
am
protect
awake,
me, the light
this
protect
is a
me.
fact.
yeah, as long as you
So-
are conscious, this is an
Oh,
active
God.
effect.
Alright, so reload that shit up then.
Yep. So you do successfully pull it. You pull it from the case, and similarly, like the initial grip, like you're like slow, like "Oh, okay. You do manage to keep it at least about your chest level,
DB, record
and you
this.
slowly turn it back over, and you put it down onto the cart.
You dare record the struggle?
Yep. Show how strong
I
he
want that
is. So if
video.
anybody
Please send
argues,
that video.
And
just 'cause if
as
they
you
argue
lay
it.
down the second one, like that's when the cart starts to kind of shift down a little ways, like under the weight of the two samples.
okay, maybe we can only get the
Okay.
two.
Two is definitely the number here.
All right, let's get out.
I
the
don't like leaving that third one here though.
I mean, I can carry it.
You think you can? If you think you
Um,
can carry it, go for it.
I got the question
Did
though.
did you not see my progress?
Yeah, you made it to the door. We have to make it all the way back to the ships.
Let's
Just
hope
give me an hour.
Let's hope the elevator can handle this.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good point.
I'm definitely not coming up with you guys
No,
on the
definitely
first
not.
one.
Might be one of us going up with the cart, and then the other two have
I
to wait with
can-
the third.
Yeah, I can come up with the card, I guess.
You're probably lighter than the rest of us.
All right.
Thank you, ladies.
All right. So you two, are gonna take the cart up ahead, and you're gonna move that to the elevator, and Theo will grab the other one and bring that, bring up the rear.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So for brevity's sake, you guys do move that cart through the facility, get all the way back to the elevator. It gets onto the elevator just fine, and you guys do make your way back up. Theo, you do manage to grab the last sample. I won't make you roll for it this time. You do manage to
Oh.
grab
Like
it without issue.
text.
Brilliant.
So you are able to carry that. It's not gonna take you an hour. I mean, it's gonna take you about 10 minutes to get to the back of the facility.
Light protects.
Protect.
The
Light
light
protects.
protects.
All right. So while Theo is carrying that up, Uros and Ash, you guys do make it back up to the top, and your ghosts do call in the ships. So the ships are waiting for you at the mouth of the cave.
Brilliant.
Sweet.
Load this up onto my ship, I guess.
Best bet, yes.
I mean,
Let's
you both
do it.
have good carrying capacities for your ship, so I
How
mean, if
about-
you want to split it up, like
Yeah.
I also have the body. Maybe we put these on your ship, and then I can just start the
Oh,
body
yeah.
on the way back.
Yeah,
send the
I'll
body.
take both of the two.
Yeah.
Theo
okay.
can keep
To clarify,
his.
however, because of the weight of the sample, it's gonna be one per ship. So
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
someone will-
fine.
someone will have, because of the weight limit, because you're gonna fall out of the sky if you're carrying two of them. It's
Okay,
way
so-
too heavy.
We'll each
It
take
wouldn't
one.
even take off. Okay, that settles it. Theo's
Yep.
got his weight lifting system.
We'll take the cart as well. We're
Yeah.
gonna want to take the cart as well. Absolutely.
It's a working
Yeah.
cart. We're not leaving that. Mine.
Yeah. No, we're stealing it.
Actually,
Yeah.
Eros, because you're carrying the least amount of stuff at the moment, you'll have to be the one to carry the cart. It's gonna have to go
Oh,
into your
that was only
Yeah, no, 'cause I'm
okay.
gonna be
All
unloading
right.
this hive bot. This
Oh,
cart,
the-
this
because
you got the
carrying
body,
hive
you've got
body,
that.
Theo's gonna be.
I have to
Yeah.
unload this
carrying
corpse as
everything.
soon as possible.
Yep. So. all
Okay,
right.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll take it, and then we can use it when we get whatever or do whatever.
All right, so
That's
while
gonna be
you
fun.
guys
Oh,
are
everything
loading up
else.
the ships and getting everything ready, Theo, you're slowly trudging your way down that hallway. As you're coming up to the end of the hallway here, you're getting close to the elevator. You start to hear another set of footsteps. They're not heavy like the knights. It's coming from behind you.
Is there another exit?
Nova looks behind you, goes, no, there's not.
I guess I'm just gonna cautiously look behind me.
As you look behind you, the footsteps keep moving closer.
I'm just gonna glance at Nova. Double time.
Double time, and he nods at you like quickly, like yep, time to go.
Double time as fast as I can.
All right,
Sure.
so yep, you're
Augment-
moving.
Yeah.
You're moving to the elevator. You get on the elevator. You hear an alarm noise from the elevator. It's a weight limit alarm.
Oh, shit.
As you look down the hallway, you see a hooded figure walking in the shadows. He's carrying a hand cannon at his side, and part of it is glowing green.
Hmm.
It's walking slowly towards you.
Question is, are comms still operational at this point?
Comms are still active, yes.
So, do Ash and I see this through Nova's eye?
You don't see this, no. You guys are
Okay.
still loading up the ship, so you guys are
Okay.
occupied with getting all that heavy shit loaded in.
Okay, no problem. I'm like, wait.
I guess I'm just gonna simply go on comms. Guys, I might have a problem.
What's up?
What? What's going on?
Can't get up the elevator, for one. What's the matter? And it seems I'm about to make a new friend.
New friend? What do you see?
The hooded figure steps into your visual range. The cloth is tattered and worn.
That's not good.
He's got a face covering, and his eyes are glowing green.
Good thing I saved my super. Can I? Oh, sorry.
The hand cannon at his side is pulsating with a glowing, sickly color.
That's. Can I tell Uros to stay with the ships and I just run? Because the elevator come back down.
It's now.
The elevator is down with him, but
Okay.
because now that the dark matter is sitting inside of it, it is at a weight limit.
Yeah. So okay, wait, hold on. So Theo is on the elevator.
Yep.
Theo is currently on the elevator right now, yep, but he's
Yeah.
getting that weight limit alarm.
There's no way to destroy that. I don't want. Because they'll be telling me our new friend here is after that dark matter.
Do I
There, you
have...
said there was a hatch in the top of the elevator, right?
Correct, yep.
I kind of want to do a thing, but
It's
Fuck it.
okay.
Hey,
'cause-
question. Do I have the
Yeah.
cart on me?
Yes. So you can load this up into your personal inventory.
And I'm the only one who has the space for it.
I'd say load the stuff in the ships and then.
Yep. So by now you have the dark matter load into your ships because it's been about 10 minutes since
Okay.
you left up there. So at this point, the ships are loaded up with the dark matter.
Okay,
How does
so-
the
so-
elevator go up and down? Is it just standard cable kind of thing, up and down?
It is a combination of cable and kind of a pulley system. It doesn't travel straight down. It's more kind of like at an angle. I'm not sure the mechanism specifically because the only side elevator diagonal elevators I've ever seen have been in Vegas. So
You know, like gondola.
it
kind of
travels at
thing
a
where-
45-degree angle
Yeah.
downwards. So it's not truly straight down, but it's not going across. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I guess in a whisper, I'm gonna tell the two. If you guys are gonna do something, you're gonna have to do it quick. I'll stall as much as I can.
I
As,
run
I'm gonna-
past Ash, jump onto the cable using my knife,
That's
and
the
slide
idea.
down the fucking
So-
thing.
so
I
That's
got
the
cart.
idea. Is I'm gonna slide down the fucking cable.
So as you guys are doing this, the figure stops within visual range. It holds its hand cannon out and is staring daggers at you, Theo. And that is where we're going to end today's session.
Oh,
Oh!
that's good. Is he
Woo!
gonna shoot? Is he gonna shoot?
Holy crap!
Just watch. He has thorn or some shit. He's just
Oh god, that would
literally
be brutal.
Fucking dredging.
If you know who this is, say nothing.
Mm.
Because I think some of you should know who this is.
Mm. Mm.
And even if you don't worry. Next session,
We will find out.
a green gun.
A green gun.
Green
That-
glowing
that
eyes,
sounds like-
green sickly gun. Ugh. And I might do something stupid. Whee!
Oh, the thing I'm
But
about
no,
is gonna be a
no,
lot more
listen.
stupid.
if you doing that would be the most Hunter thing you've done yet, and
Yeah, that's what-
I'm so proud of you for even wanting to do it.
Well, I'm sitting there
Did
like, wait,
we haven't done it yet? I thought we did do it.
not really. I
like-
haven't done much like a
Oh.
hunter would. Nothing stupid crazy like that. And I'm like, I've got the cart. Is it on my inventory?
Yes,
If it is, I'm the only one able to carry it right now. Wait, how would I get down there? Fuck it, run, jump onto Caleb. Woo-ha!
Yeah.
Because that's all you're gonna hear is me scream.
Starts
Yeah!
shredding.
I'm like, fuck it, let's do this. That's all that came to mind. So, yay!
Yeah.
Now I want to play more. Now I have to wait. Damn it. That's all
See,
right.
that's what I gotta give you. I gotta give you a taste of the good stuff that makes you come back for more.
Teasing me like this. How dare you?
I mean, I'm not the one with the gun barrel pointed towards them. I'm the
Yeah,
most threat.
with the sickly green. The bad part is when we're
If you know, you know.
Oh boy.
I don't actually remember I don't remember characters that well, so it's like very vague.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I didn't say nothing, so.
I only have a few people in mind, but not probably the correct choice.
I mean, I've got a list of names of people in my what I've got written down here, and I'm like, I have to go back through and flip just to find out different things, and I'm like, wait, and I'm like, but I don't have to really flip for this, so. Man. Yay. Oh,
Yeah.
And I doubt anybody can understand a bloody word we say hardly in the stream.
Yeah, I saw
It's-
what Nix was putting in there. I mean,
She's
it's just
trying-
gonna have to be for you know the YouTube. Like,
Yeah, I was when I was muted, I was talking to her for a brief, on and off. She was trying to help me with it. It's just something. It says right now it's cleared up for my connection, but it's literally catching everything up, and it's probably going to sound like crud on the stream. But I've been recording this whole time, so I'm just going to take my
so,
recording
like
and
you said,
upload it to
the
YouTube.
archive will be where it's at, really, for this
Yeah.
episode. Unfortunately, like sorry we
Yeah.
couldn't do much about the stream, but
Yeah,
we
I
can't
don't know
do.
what's
I mean,
going
it's
on.
technology. What can we do about it, right?
Yeah, it was saying something about possible audio and video